Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, Hawkeye Baseball is on the air. Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Oak Knoll, an active life care community by University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Now live, this is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball.
From the campus of the University of Iowa, it's baseball time in Iowa City. Live from Duane Banks Field, it's the series finale between the Michigan State Spartans and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Welcome to the broadcast booth alongside my fine color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo. A happy Mother's Day to all moms, especially those supporting the black and gold today. It's senior day for the Hawkeyes. We'll send off a number of those wearing the black and gold with send-off ceremonies this afternoon, just getting underway here at Banks. Meanwhile, Iowa clinched the series over Michigan State yesterday, winning a tight battle 8-6. The Hawks will try and do something they couldn't accomplish last weekend. That's completing the sweep on Sunday. Brody Brecht will get the nod, moving to the Sunday spot before postseason play. Michigan State on the flip side, they'll come in with a 29-18 record. They've got a little level of desperation to avoid this late season sweep, with their hopes of making the conference tournament hanging in the balance. Mother's Day, Senior Day, a variety of emotions for the Hawkeyes today as we wrap up the home conference slate. It's the Spartans and the Hawkeyes, Michigan State and Iowa live from Banks with first pitch coming in a bit. We started off on the right foot on Friday night with a shutout win over these Spartans, a 9-0 winner. Maybe you try to pick up on some tips, but so far, as Peterson skies this deep to left, it's carrying well. Absolute no-doubter, Sammy P. Boom! Full count with 2 outs. The pitch from Marcus. Line drive into right. Trouble. Frazier moving over towards the line. Braden's got it for the third out. Great hustle and effort there by Frazier. And we get the third out.
That's, again, that's one of those, that's a Braden Frazier special there. Great right fielder. Gets a great jump, makes the catch.
How about a series win? Maybe a sweep this weekend to put the finishing touches on it. Frazier crushes it deep to left. Get going, baby. It's gone. Frazier. What a game for B4. Boom.
Braden Frazier takes the fastball low center of the zone, sends it out 374 over left field. Braden Frazier.
Simpson's got the sign from Moss. The 1-1 hit well to left. Trouble. Peterson going back towards the wall, and did he catch that? He caught it! He caught it at the wall! Ha-ho! 1-0 to Tello. Line drive into right center. It's down. Is it going to get to the wall? Yes, it is. Seeger scores. Come on, Cade Moss. He'll score. Tello going for the triple. He's got it. Ha-ho! Raider Tello with the triple. Good start on Friday night. The Hawks clinched the series yesterday, taking a late inning thriller 8-6. The Michigan State freshman's ready. The pitch. Crush to left, carrying well. Get going, baby. It is gone. Benny Wilmus. Boom. 1-2 to DeRiggi. This one crushed into left center. This one carrying well. Get going, baby. It is gone off the scoreboard. DeRiggi bomb. Boom. Second, here comes the throw, and he is out at the plate. Got him. Great throw from Benny Willis in right. Top of the sixth, Iowa 4-2. Runners at the corners, nobody out for MSU. Savory versus Kark. First pitch, ground ball up the middle off of Savory's glove. This is a double play ball. Flip to second for 1, on to first for 2. The double play. It'll score a Michigan State run on the backside. It's now 4-3, but we'll take that trade off. Here you go. Here comes the 2-2. Crushes it deep to right. Get going, baby. It is gone. Home run. Brennan DeRiggi. Boom. Yes. And so we'll go for the sweep today over MSU on Senior Day from Banks. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk with pitching coach Sean McGrath right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball today. The series finale with Michigan State will go for the sweep of the Spartans. We're joined by pitching coach Sean McGrath. Coach, it's been a really good weekend on the mound for your group. Let's go back to the week leading up to this series, a change in the rotation. What kind of led to that change and some of the conversations you had with the coaching staff?
Yeah, I think as a staff we realized that something needed to change. With the importance placed on Friday and the tone you set for your club for the weekend, we thought, more. It wasn't an indictment on Brody, but it was a compliment to Marcus and Marcus's ability to set the tone. He comes out each and every outing, whether it's a gritty one or a really, really beautiful one, and gives you a ton of energy. He pitches with this swagger, this air about him that really sets the tone and allows the other team to know, like, hey, we're here. And we knew he would be up for the challenge. He gets up to those type of things, pitches with a little bit of emotion, and so we thought it was the right play. And combine that with the fact that Brody hasn't had a fall. He hasn't, and then Friday with Monday off days, it's really hard for the Friday guy to get in really, truly quality work because Monday would be a really heavy day typically. So to be able to give Brody some extra rest and a really tremendous work week, we thought was just a great recipe for success for this week.
So far, it's really panned out. Let's go back to Friday in particular. Marcus didn't allow a hit through his outing. And obviously you envision great success from your guys. Did you imagine that we could shut these guys out?
No, I didn't. And you never, kind of anticipate a shutout or expect a shutout, right? You just expect quality pitching throughout the game. But I knew once Mark kind of settled in, I knew especially after the third inning that we were onto something and Mark was going to do something really special. His ability to command, or control rather, 5 pitches throughout a game gives people headaches. So he is really hard to hit. His whip comes in the form of some free bases. But if you look at his stats, he's got a 130 batting average against in the Big Ten. He's not easy to hit when he's got multiple pitches he could throw in and around the zone. And that's really the name of his game right now as he grows and learns.
A little bit of a more high-scoring game yesterday, but still thought that your staff pitched well, Coach.
Yeah, I thought Ty set the tone early. He had that one rough inning where it was, 3 free bases, basically gave them a run. But, anytime you go 2 runs over 5, you're giving your team an opportunity to win the game. And I thought he did that. And obviously the reset kind of took us a minute, but it played out exactly how we wanted to. We wanted Cristo to face the top of that lineup, and he did. And again, he gave up a 2-run homer, but you know what? Home runs are going to happen, especially when you're facing a club like this. Bradenburg's a really good hitter. He's got 30-plus extra base hits on the year, so you expect those things will happen. I thought it was his ability to rebound and give us a clean 8th that was super important, and then obviously Louis did a phenomenal job after that.
Talking with pitching coach Sean McGrath on our pregame show from Dwayne Banks today. Okay, so we will see Brody get the start on the Sunday. What are a couple of keys for him to have a good outing?
I think it comes down to, how committed he could be to each and every pitch. How committed to him and his plan can he be, regardless of the circumstance, the score, the hitter in the box. And it's executing the simple game plan that he was able to execute at a high level at times. His ability to advance counts in his favor will be super important. I anticipate maybe a little bit more of a patient approach. And so strike one's going to be really vitally important, and his ability to do that will be crucial.
Any mental tips for him in this outing?
Brody's a monster in his work ethic, and he's had a really tremendous work week. He's had 2 really phenomenal bullpens where we've worked really constructively. He's kind of taken on a new boost in terms of the mental game and, equipping himself with mental skills. And then, it's about applying those mental skills before stuff hits the fan, right? Like, how do we apply this pitch 1? That's something that Marcus has learned. These skills we're equipping ourselves with aren't only for jams. It's for every single pitch between pitches. And, that's kind of the messaging to Brody going into this week is how do we utilize these skills from pitch 1 and stay locked in and committed to each and every pitch throughout a game.
Is there a tangible sign that we should be looking for to know early in the game if Brody's got it today?
I would just say it's the fastball command and true, and maybe even the fastball shape. If the shape is not so much cut and the control is within the confines of the strike zone, I think we could expect a really, really tremendous day from him.
Looking pretty good in the bullpen for today's game.
Yeah, we got the bullpen ace in the hole here today. We got Whitlock still ready to go, and then we got a couple of those guys that are able to bounce back, and we have 2 really tremendous left-handers who we're excited to go to, in Cade and Gatilla. So yeah, I think we're pretty fully loaded, and really it's everybody but Jerry today. Jerry did his job on Friday, and everybody else, it's all hands on deck.
Great stuff today, Coach. Let's beat the Spartans.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Pitching coach Sean McGrath on our pregame show from Banks. We're back to talk with Coach Heller right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing US Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh! Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to US Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, Get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Today, the series finale with Michigan State. We'll go for the sweep of the Spartans on Senior Day. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, a good win yesterday, wire-to-wire tight game.
Yes, and John, I told the team afterwards, it was a really good effort. We overcome some adversity. You knew Michigan State was going to go out and fight, and they did. I was just pumped that we had a game where it was tight late and we found a way to win it. We just hadn't had a lot of those lately. We've won a lot of games lately, but it's been scoring a lot of runs and not being in that situation in a 1 or 2 run game late in the game where you got to make a pitch and you got to make a play and you got to get a 2-out hit to give yourself the lead. And we had all those things happen yesterday, and when it happens like that and you find a way to win, I just think it really builds the confidence for the rest of the year, and it couldn't happen at a better time for us right now.
Mm-hmm. Got a good start out of Ty. That's something that you had talked about pregame yesterday.
We did. Got a good start out of Ty. It fell apart for him a little bit in the middle part of his start. 2 hit by pitches, some free bases that made things a little bit tougher on him after we had scored some runs, which you never like to see. But he logged some innings, did a nice job, fought through it. On a day short rest, we were able to get him out in a good spot where hopefully he should be good to go next Friday and bump up a day again and still be pretty sharp.
Some news that just came out, not going to play the midweek with UIC, so this is going to be it today for the home schedule.
Yeah, we were scheduled to play UIC here. We'd played them at their place since we didn't play over there this short week last year. And Sean called and we talked, and with their situation getting ready for their tournament, in a short week, we both just agreed that it'd probably be the best thing for both teams to just agree to have them come back over here next year at a different time and have both of us just really focus in on the short week getting ready for the games that we're ready to play. Mutual decision by both, and that's what we're going to do.
Coach, it's Senior Day today. Then with that being said, let's talk about some of the seniors. We'll start with the managers. We're saying goodbye to a few of the student managers. You kind of have built that as part of the program. Really good group this year. Yeah,
definitely is a great group, and whenever for me it's you feel good that they've really grown and how much they've improved, and watch them mature as men, and all the things they did for you and have done for you is so appreciated, and you really you're never going to get a chance to pay them back like you'd like. And then on the other side, whether it's the managers or whether it's the players, you're with these guys pretty much every day for 4 or 5 years, and it's like they're part of your family. It's like they're kind of pseudo son, and then boom, they're gone. And it really is a tough thing for me. It always has been, and God, you miss them, and all the things that they brought to practice and the personalities, and it's a time to reflect a little bit on that. For me, it's a tough day because you do the Senior Day and there's a lot of emotions, and then you got to quick turn the switch, and this is a big swing game, and you're not saying you have to win, but you're saying you need your best effort today and your best focus. And I've done enough Senior Days in my 37 years that I think we do a really good job of that prep and that preparation to flip the switch and be on. But I've also seen a few days where we were down 7 before we knew what hit us because we weren't able to flip that switch. So there's always that worry, and you do your due diligence and you have your meetings and your talks, and you hope it it helps, but at the end of the day, you just really don't know what's going to happen until the first pitch is thrown. But that's a different topic. It's just what these guys have brought to the program is just so much, and they move it up the ladder every single year, and we're going to miss them all.
Continuing to build on the foundation that was set maybe 10 years ago, and you just keep adding layers, guys like Christopherson, Llewellyn, and Simpson, especially on the pitching side of things. You got Sam Honar, Kyle Huckstorf, Ben Tallman going through some festivities today. We'll see what happens with that.
Well, yeah, that's the other weird thing since COVID, and we'll be out of it here maybe in a year, I guess. But for the last few years, including this year, it's like, who goes through senior day? It's like, well, maybe I'm going to come back. If I don't get drafted, I'm coming back, but I want to go through senior day. It's a weird dynamic because it was so final prior to this, And then the other weird thing about senior day is that a lot of your top players don't get to go through senior day as juniors and then get drafted and never have a senior day. So it's a funny thing, and I don't know the best way to play it. I wish I did. I try to look at what others do, and we've had the privilege of being at Michigan State 3 times for their senior day and watched how Jake went through his process, and he does a great job. They're a first-class team, and they're a pleasure to play. Win or lose, they're not going to pop off, and they don't play that style of game. They respect the game, and I think we do too. And but then I've seen some softball teams that do it a little different. I've seen softball teams that they do one senior, they start middle of April, and they do one each midweek game all the way through
individually.
Yeah, individually. So they have their own senior day, and what they're trying to do is avoid what we just talked about, the letdown after all the emotions, because it's Mother's Day, all their moms are out on the field. It throws a different dynamic to it, and then I heard Mark Reardon talking on Twitter last night from Western Kentucky. Mark does his on Saturday instead of Sunday, so that all the parents have a chance to get home on Sunday. It's a little tougher to travel, and different ideas. Yeah. And I take it all in, and I don't know that there's a perfect way to do it, but this is kind of the old school way that we're doing it, and it works fine.
You mentioned Mother's Day, too. You've had a supportive mother throughout your career.
Yeah.
All these players do, too. A word about Mother's Day today.
Well, it's just obviously a great chance to honor your mom, especially our guys, and they all should be so thankful to have parents that put them in positions where they could play the amount of baseball that it takes when you're young to get as good as they are to be able to play and be a Division I player. If you see anyone on any of these teams out here, I guarantee you they had tremendous parents, and the moms are obviously a huge part of that, and the sacrifices that they make to make sure they're able to be there. And that's the thing that if you're not an athletic family, just the amount of sacrifice a parent has to make in their life to get you to practice, to be at the game, the tournaments on the weekend, and you basically have to put your life aside until they're in college. And it's a day to say thanks for that.
And turn things over to you then. You take control of them from then on. But talking with the head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Banks. Okay, we'll try to do something today that we couldn't quite get accomplished last weekend, a series sweep, Coach.
Yeah, not easy to do against anybody, especially against a team as talented as Michigan State. And, they're gonna come out and play hard. They got a left-hander Powers on the mound. That's arguably been their most consistent and most successful guy. I think he's 5-1 on the season. So you're gonna have to beat a good left-hander. We're gonna have Brody Breck on the mound, and we know that if Brody is sharp, it's gonna be a good day for us. The bullpen is set up really nice for us. We got Jack Whitlock ready to go right after Brody, and he should be really rested and refreshed. He hasn't really been up much. We were hoping we didn't have to use Jack. We were going to if we had to, but we were hoping we didn't have to use Jack in the first 2 games, because we think it's a really good setup for him coming in after Brody with his arsenal of pitches. And it's going to be a challenge for both of them with the left-handers in the Michigan State lineup today. But the wind is going to be blowing in. It's going to be one of those days where, at least from our point of view, we were really focusing in batting practice on low line drives. Hit the top of the L screen, hit the top of the nets. That's the height we want to go today, because fly balls are going to die most every place in the ballpark today, and it potentially could be a low-scoring day if we don't give up free bases, and same for them. And generally, Powers doesn't give up free bases. You're going to have to hit him and beat him, and it may be a day that we have to try to manufacture some stuff with the bunt game and short game and see what we can do.
We talked about it a little bit last week with Ohio State, but maybe Michigan State, a little bit of desperation. Their tournament life is kind of hanging in the balance in this one today.
Well, I guess, that's what we said to the team. I mean, we've said it all weekend, but especially today. I mean, they've had a great year. A week and a half ago, there was legitimate talk of making a regional, and then you run into a buzzsaw at Illinois. And then you come here and you lose 2 games to us where we played really, really great baseball. And you're sitting here going, holy cow, that's 5 in a row, I mean, we know we're going to get a great effort, and it's not going to be easy. The talk that we had was, what we need to do is not worry about winning the game. We need to worry about playing as well as we can today with a lot of energy and a lot of effort. We got to flip the switch after the senior ceremony, and the most disrespectful thing we can do is not give our best effort for those seniors playing their last home game. And that's what we need to do. And if we win doing that, that's great. If we don't, then we can live with that.
We'll count those as the keys to victory today, Coach. How about that?
That would be the keys. And as you know, I mean, with Brody on the mound, we're all hopeful that the extra day's rest gets him going and gets him in the strike zone, and we really hope that happens, especially not even just for today, but for this stretch run next week, at Northwestern, and then hopefully into the conference tournament and beyond. We're going to need him to be sharp, so that's what we need.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Let's win the day and sweep the Spartans.
All right, thanks, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Duane Banks. We're back for first pitch right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
Welcome back to Duane Banks Field. We're moments away from first pitch. Starting lineups being announced right now. The series finale with Michigan State. Hawkeyes going for the sweep today. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. All right, John Evans, Mother's Day, Senior Day. We got a lot going on today here at Banks.
True. I was late to the ballpark today. We had some Mother's Day brunch, celebrated. My mom was in town, celebrated Mother's Day, celebrated graduation yesterday. My daughter made it through, so a lot of stuff going on.
And I think a majority of the audience wouldn't even know that because you've been on fire this weekend with a lot of predictions, and your color analysis has been great, so props to you, John.
The game moving up yesterday was helpful to me. That allowed me a little extra time to get situated and get over to graduation. Showed my parents, walked them up. There's a ladder over top of the I.O. over there in left center field, and we snuck up that ladder so Dad could look in the back of the ballpark. Showed him our perch here, and so was a good day yesterday. And funny enough, we were thinking as we left graduation how nice last night was. We probably should have tried to play 2 yesterday with how good that weather was.
Yeah, no kidding. Today, not as nice. Rain starting to fall just a little bit, just a sprinkle here at Banks. It's cloudy, it's cold, it's windy, kind of like we've had to deal with all season. Senior day for the Hawks today. We'll say goodbye to a number of student athletes. Ty Snepp, Casey Day, the student assistants. Sam Honar, Kyle Hucksdorf, Ben Tallman, Brennan DeRiggi, Jared Simpson, Luke Llewellyn, Will Christofferson, Braden Frazier all went through senior day festivities, along with the student managers Scott Junk, Joey Byland, Will Keeney, Reed Zaradnik, Peter Merka, and Kayla Smith. Great manager program here at Iowa with the baseball program. So senior day, got to battle those emotions like Coach Heller talked about and flip that switch and go for the sweep today at Michigan State.
Well, one of the things that I don't like about our job is after watching my daughter go through senior day, I thought, well, okay, that's great. The last 4 years with volleyball and baseball and going through senior days with these guys, man, start wringing your emotions out.
I know. I don't like change. I don't like saying goodbye, John. All right, we'll step away for today's national anthem when we come back. Starting lineups, first pitch, Michigan State and Iowa. Live from Banks right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
National anthem is complete at Banks. We're getting closer to first pitch. This is the home finale. Not going to play that game with UIC on Tuesday, so this will do it for the black and gold here at Banks. If you're just down the road, you still got maybe a minute or two to get over here for first pitch. Otherwise, we'll take the coverage for you. Yeah, there you go. All right, time for starting lineups. We'll go with Michigan State first. They're 29-18 overall. They are 10-10 in the Big Ten, currently tied for 8th place. They're right there on that cutoff line for the Big Ten tournament. They're tied with Purdue, who's currently losing to Indiana. So Michigan State's got a little bit of desperation today. They're under the direction of head coach Jake Boss in his 15th season. Same lineup that we've seen in the first two games. Michigan State will roll with it again with Trent Farquhar leading things off, followed by Mitch Jebb and Brock Vredenberg. Jack Frank, Brian Brecker, Sam Bush make up the middle of the order. 7, 8, 9, Dylan Kark, Casey Mays, and Greg Ziegler. For Iowa, all alone in third place in the Big Ten now, 12-7 in the league, 36-12 overall as the Hawkeyes take the field now. Coach Heller in his 10th season. Defensively for the Hawks, Brennan DeRiggi at first, Sam Honar at second, Michael Seegers at short, Raider Tello, the hot corner, at third. Out in the outfield, left to right, Sam Peterson, Kyle Hucksdorf, and Braden Frazier. Doing the catching behind the plate is Cade Moss. And starting on the mound today for Iowa will be Brody Breck, the 6'4" righty from Ankeny.
13 appearances, 12 starts for Brody, 3-2 on the season, 4.39 ERA. 53 1/3 innings, 29 hits allowed, 26 runs. They've all been earned. 48 walks, though, 79 strikeouts. Opponents nicking up Brody for just a 159 batting average, but 12 wild pitches and 7 hit by pitches. So that's the the key is not only strike one, but just continuing to pound the strike zone, make this Michigan State team, especially bottom of the order, start swing the bat. No free bases.
Free bases have not been a major issue this weekend. Marcus was really good on Friday. Ty did a nice job yesterday. And see if Brody, with the change to the rotation, can keep it rolling. It's been a good week of pitching, I think, for Iowa. Yeah, we gave up 6 runs yesterday, but I thought that was a well-played game.
Well, that's, every reliever that came in the game yesterday, we said it as the game ended, every reliever that came in for Iowa gave up a run, but it didn't feel like any of them pitched poorly. Michigan State is a good hitting baseball team and just knocked it around a little bit, got some fortunate breaks on kind of cue ball and submit things in, but that's what happens when you're a good hitting team. You make contact, and if you're not striking out and you're putting the ball in play, you give it a chance for good things to happen for you.
Talking with pitching coach Sean McGrath in pregame, said we'd be able to tell early what kind of day Brody's going to have if he can command the fastball. I think that's a pretty good key to watch out for. And before we even get started here, home plate umpire Rick Allen is going out to the mound to check on something with Brody. He's got a little something on his wrist guard.
Well, he's got the pitch, how they signal in pitches, but must have been something shiny that had him bothered.
All right, we're ready for the first pitch. It's on its way home from Brecht. That is
a strike.
Called a ball. Looked good.
Wow.
I think the umpire blinked on the first pitch.
All right, so at least he controlled his fastball. That was a good pitch.
Just a bit high and out, apparently. Here comes the 1-0 from Brecht. That's fisted down the left field line, angling over there, and foul. Peterson couldn't quite get to it. The count's 1-1.
It's 2 good fastballs from Brody, though. A little up in the zone. That one, Farquhar went up to try to chase a little bit, probably about the same level as the first one, but inside, so he felt a little bit better about it. But either way, a good sign, according to Coach McGrath, is at least the fastball was competitive and in play there on the first 2 pitches.
Farquhar's back in the box, ready for the 1-1 from Brecht. Here it is. This one in the air to center. Tailing away a bit from Huckstorf. He'll move over to left a bit, and he'll make the catch for the first out. Good start for Brody.
Good pitch there. Actually got that one down just a little bit below the zone. Farquhar went down, tried to lift it. And, boy, that's just never going to work very well with his speed. Love to see him just kind of pound that in the ground and see if he could beat it out. Easy for me to say sitting up here.
Right. That's kind of the offensive game plan for Iowa. When we get in the box, going to be hitting ground balls, hitting low line drives today. That's what we heard from Coach Heller. As Mitch Jebb is swinging at the first pitch, he fouls it back off the pole that holds up the net here.
4 fastballs. I'm going to call them 4 strikes, even though one was called a ball.
Yeah.
Been around the zone. Good spots so far for Brody.
0-1 pitch, chopper to the right side. This is a tough play. Honar has to wait for it. Picks it up quickly to first, not in time. Jebb beats it out. Infield single for Michigan State.
Jebb's got great speed too, so now be testing Brody here now to make sure he can hold, but continue to focus on throwing strikes. Obviously, we saw Bradenburg's been relatively quiet, but he almost hit one over the scoreboard yesterday.
Finally did some damage, got a hold of one to left. Not much of a lead for Jebb over there at first. Brecht will keep him even closer. That's a really tough play for Honar to make that high chopper. You can't really jump up and get it. There's no way to bring it down any sooner than it did.
No, exactly.
First pitch from Brecht just outside to Vredenberg.
First time he tried the slider there, floated it out wide. But yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking about with Farquhar, is if he just kind of hits that in the turf and gives himself a chance, and Jebb did just that, kind of rolled over it.
Fastball outside from Brecht there, 2-0 to Vredenberg.
See how long my computer holds up getting wet here.
Yeah, I'm going to bring the towel in a second here, and the rain coming down. It's just a sprinkle, but with the wind blowing in, it's kind of coming through our window a little bit. 3-0 to the Michigan State first baseman.
Brody's tried to pick on that outside corner, missed all 3 times there.
Out of the stretch, the 3-0. That's in there for a strike.
Brody's stuff is so good. You almost don't. I don't want to see him really pick at the edges. Just want to see him go ahead, especially early in a count. Try to get ahead.
Runner takes off on the 3-1. Ground ball up the middle. Seegers gloves it. His momentum carries him over towards first, so that'll be his only play, 2 down.
Hawks might have caught a break there with the steal. Seegers was already moving up the middle. Made a great play as that ball kind of stayed down, so Seegers had to stick down with it. Jeb easily slides into second base, but Fredenberg's out at first, 2 away now.
A lot of moving pieces there, and Iowa was able to hold strong there to get that out. We'll bring up Jack Frank, another left-handed hitter for Michigan State. He's their right fielder. Stands way back in the box. His back foot is on the back side of the batter's box. A first pitch strike from Brecht.
He's the first big strikeout guy. The top 4 in the order, the top 3 in the order, really good walk to strikeout. And don't do either a lot. Certainly walk more than they strike out, but got a chance here.
Like the location there with the fastball just a bit low. It's 1-1 with 2 outs, just underway in Iowa City. Michigan State with a runner out there at second. That's Jeb. He's dancing around out there at second base. Here comes the 1-1, floated outside, ball 2. He's got a pretty big lead out there at second, doesn't he? Takes that secondary.
Yeah, and that's to see if Iowa tries to maybe go behind him or at least make him think. But probably going to score on any ball to the outfield, but you really just want to keep him there. Just wild pitch has been a problem so far this year.
2-1 is golfed foul to the left side, evening the count at 2.
You don't want to put any added pressure on Cade Moss there to keep the ball in front of him.
What do you like here? Backdoor slider, see if he can throw it for a strike?
Fastball.
All right. Pause from Brecht, the 2-2. That's high, ball 3.
Slider up high. You couldn't quite get it.
Enough snap there.
Yeah, he hasn't had quite the command on the slider that he's had on his fastball. And that's about the opposite of what it is usually in a Brody start.
Full count pitch on its way home. Grounded foul to the Iowa dugout. That was disgusting.
Went back to the fastball there. Might have missed just inside, but Frank went ahead and swung at it. It was close. It wasn't wildly inside, but tough pitch for Frank to handle.
See what Brody comes up with on the 3-2. Here it is. In the air to left, hit well. Peterson giving chase towards the line. It's hooking, and it is foul.
Went back to fastball again, but that was center. Said if you can do it, great. Frank could kind of do it.
He got it out of the ballpark, but thankfully to the left of the foul pole.
Well, he was late on it, and that's Vredenberg did that yesterday. That's the ball he hit out. Was he really just dropped the barrel on it and drove it out to left center.
I think that had just as much to do with 98 coming in than going out.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's swinging a little late, so you still want to kind of see the same thing from Brody here.
Another 3-2 on the way. Check swing, didn't go. We get ball 4 just inside. Good pitch from Brody, but that's ball 4.
That's a good competitive at-bat there. Well, if you're a Hawkeye fan, you're going to take that. And if you're a Michigan State fan, that's a really good job from Frank to draw the walk and get on first base.
Couple of runners on now for Michigan State. 3 full count pitches there from Brecht, all close. And all right, round 1 goes to Frank. Michigan State in gray tops today with Spartans spelled out, green tops rather, with Spartans spelled out in white across the chest, but they're wearing cream-colored pants. It doesn't match the white on their tops, John. It's bothering me a little bit. Iowa in their Sunday gold scripts with white pants, black ball caps in the field. All right, here's Brecker, right-handed hitter. Fastball, strike on the outside corner from Brecht. How about this one? Brian Brecker versus Brody Brecht.
Ooh.
Say that 3 or 4 times fast.
Don't have to. You're the play-by-play guy.
I'll probably avoid that. Here comes the 0-1. Just dropping low and out. That's a ball.
Brecker's another one of those guys that's really does a good job dominating the zone. 26 walks, 31 strikeouts. Been hit by 9 pitches, so more free bases than he's had to walk back to the dugout.
1-1 delivery, waved at and missed. It's 1-2. I was just about to say Michigan State, they are more patient today, it seems, than the first 2 days, although the top of the order is, I guess, sort of known for that based on their success throughout the season. A ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Brody. Dropped it in there. Called third strike. He got him with the slider.
Really well done there from Brody. I mean, that was, even the Jeb hit was a little bouncer, and the walk was a good, solid at-bat. So if you're a Hawk fan, that's probably the start you wanted to see. And every pitch was reasonably located. Even when he missed, it wasn't as we've seen over the last month or so.
Brecht and the Hawkeyes hold Michigan State scoreless in the top of the first. Ben Wilmus, Sam Peterson, Brennan Duriggi will look to get things going for the black and gold when we come back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
Bottom of the first inning in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes coming to the plate trying to get on the board first after holding the Spartans scoreless. Ben Wilmus will lead things off. He's in the DH spot this afternoon, followed by Sam Peterson in left, Brennan Duriggi at first. Middle of the order, Raider Tello, Sam Honar, Michael Seegers. 7, 8, 9, Kyle Huckstorf, Braden Frazier, and Cade Moss. Doing the pitching today for Michigan State, a left-handed junior. First time we don't see a freshman get the start this weekend for MSU. They'll go with Nick Powers.
12 appearances and 8 starts for Powers. He's 5-1, 4.34 ERA, 47 2/3 innings, 39 hits, 23 runs have all been earned, 18 walks, 30 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .225. He's going to come in. He's going to be in the mid to upper 80s with a fastball. He's going to have a slider and a changeup off of that. But going to be around the zone. Hawks will have to swing the bat and create some runs.
Deals a strike to Wilmus to get his at-bat started. I always kind of like hearing the scouting report on opposing pitchers and says, yeah, he throws a lot of strikes. I think that's a good thing for these Iowa hitters. A couple of strikes to Wilmus. That one caught the outside corner. It's 0-2.
Tends to do well. Iowa punishes pitchers that need to come into the white of the plate.
Wilmus will stay alive, fisting it foul to the right side.
If Powers can stay, if he can stay on the edges, we've seen a couple pitchers be able to kind of dominate and dot the edges, and they can cause all kinds of problems, not just for Iowa, but for any team.
Hard fastball high and out away from Wilmus. He's had a good weekend.
Really has. Hit the home run yesterday, made a great play in the outfield as well, throwing a runner out at the plate to keep the Hawks in the lead.
Ball and 2 strikes. Powers is ready. The pitch. Line drive into right center. Wilmus gets it down for a base hit. It gets by the right fielder. Wilmus is on his horse. There goes the helmet. Benny's going for 3. It's a leadoff triple for Wilmus. Yes!
Caught the curveball. It was a good pitch down low in the zone. But we've talked about it a couple times this weekend. The Michigan State outfield plays shallow. Wilmus goes the opposite way. He's able to scoot it through that turf. You saw the right fielder. That was Frank out there. He's got a great arm. We saw that too, but he couldn't get over to it to cut it off. So he takes that kind of triangle angle at it, and then that gave Wilmus the easy run all the way to third.
First triple of the season for Wilmus. That's his 8th extra base hit. And Ben gets us started on the right foot. We'll see if Peterson can bring him home. Sam is in the box. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Good, healthy cut, but just missed it.
Great fastball there, low and away. Don't hate seeing Petey swing at that, but just a good pitch. And For battle number 1 goes to Powers.
Yeah.
Skirmish. That wasn't a full battle yet.
Still working our way through it. Here's the 0-1. Petey hits it foul, 0-2. We saw one of the keys offensively for Iowa, according to Coach Heller, was to hit the line drives. They worked on it in BP today. Ball's not going to carry out of here today unless somebody really gets a hold of it. The wind is blowing in, straight in. And so line drives, hard ground balls, that's the key offensively. You just saw Wilmus do it. 0-2, Petey's late on the fastball. He's down on strikes.
Got fooled a little bit there. I think he thought that was going to be the breaking ball and come back into the zone. So that's a really good out for Powers. Petey's hitting .413 in Big Ten play, so one of the best hitters in all of Big Ten right now, and he sends him to the dugout. No harm done for Michigan State.
That'll bring up Brennan Durigge. Now, he's a fellow that could get one out of here if he got a hold of it. First pitch is low and out. This is a lefty-on-lefty matchup.
That's a good fastball. Might have crossed the edge of the plate, but Brecker was set up more inside the middle and wasn't able to frame it in.
Yeah, he sort of caught it funny, didn't he? 1-0 is tapped just foul. Just got a piece of it there. It's 1-1. One out in the inning. Wilmus with the leadoff triple. He's at third.
We've seen a few teams start to work Durigge inside, but boy, you do not want to make a mistake or he will punish it.
Yeah. 1-1. This is lined into left. It is down for a base hit. Kicks away from the left fielder. Durigge's digging for 2. It's an RBI double. Hawks lead in the first.
Saw that happen a couple times yesterday for Michigan State as they were able to kind of just poke balls into a good spot. Great breaking ball from Powers, well out off the plate. But Durigge fooled a little bit, but just stuck his bat out, placed it perfectly. Gets an RBI and continues his really hot weekend.
When we see Durigge go opposite field, it's usually that gap in left center. This one went down the line instead and had enough English on it to skip away from the left fielder for a moment so that he could get to second. All right, here's Raider Tello. Hawks lead 1-0 in the first. Powers to Tello. That's downstairs. Ball 1. Raiders do, isn't he? He's had a tough luck weekend. He's crushed a ton of balls, but unable to really put anything together. Had a triple on Friday, I guess.
He's hit some good balls. Hasn't been paid off for much of it.
That one's low and in. Ball 2. Talked with him a little bit before the game, and I'd be surprised if the mini slump continues today. He's extra motivated. I don't know how many pistachios he had, but
he had plenty. We talked about that.
You covered that base.
Still working on the deal for him.
Here's the 2-0. Not seeing any pitches to hit. That one's high and out, ball 3.
I said I started laying groundwork for him. But he's going to have to close the deal on his own.
Durigge out there at second.
Would you say probably red light here, you would think.
3-0. He swings at it and popped it up into center. Ziegler playing with the wind. Now he's running forward, and he's got it. 2 down. It's a pitch that he likes.
Well, and it was a good fastball. Good fastball, kind of low. Well, maybe not particularly low, I suppose. Maybe just a touch inside, and that was enough to keep it off the barrel. And working on trying to hit line drives, and instead he elevated that one. So see if Honar can pick him up.
Durigge at second with 2 outs. First pitch to Sam, check swing, didn't go. That was a slow breaking ball on the way in, just missed outside.
And really, that's probably how I'd try to work Honar is, show a ball just on the plate and break it off and see if you can get him to chase early in the count.
Powers goes fastball high, ball 2.
And now he's obviously going to have to come back into the zone and see if Honar can be ready and drive in a run here, extend the Hawk lead.
Good hitters count for him. The 2-0, just low. Looked good, but out of the zone, ball 3. I'm surprised Sam didn't swing at that one. He likes those low ones.
But, ahead 2-0, then he's got a choice. He's probably looking for a spot, decided maybe that, especially a little away from him, decided that wasn't it.
The 3-0 hits this into right. Right fielder will move back, and he'll make the catch in front of the track. That's Frank. So a couple of Hawks swinging at 3-0 pitches. Both of them fly out to the outfield, but Iowa's got the lead 1-0. on the RBI double from Brennan DeRiggi. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. They've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Brody Breck gets to pitch with an early lead. Iowa 1, Michigan State nothing in the top of the second. Bottom half of the order was Sam Bush, the designated hitter, in the box. Brody deals a fastball that's in there for a strike. Good start from Brecht.
Love what we've seen from Brody so far, being able to use the fastball, dot it up for strikes, and then come back to the slider as he needs to.
Tried to throw that one inside, dropped low as well, and that's a ball. I like what you said in the last inning, John, that Brody's misses have been close. They've been competitive enough. 1-1 is hit in the gap in left center, but it's aired out, and Peterson will make the grab for the first out.
Well, we saw it in the bottom half of the inning with the Hawks and saw it there. You do not want to hit the ball in the air today. I mean, if you absolutely demolish one, you saw it, I can't remember, I think it was Frank that hit it right down the line. You might be able to get it to carry just a touch to down the left field foul pole, but that is it. Ooh.
Dylan Kark is the batter. He's their third baseman, a right-handed hitter. Fastball just outside from Brody.
Might have been another one of those where Moss was set up in a different spot and didn't catch a break.
Yep. This one hit on the ground to Honar at second. He'll wait for it, welcomes it in. Step, throw, out number 2.
Saw it a little bit right there. Not the greatest throw from Honar on a relatively easy play, but it's wet. And so, you know, raining, the ball kind of skids across this turf infield. If you don't get a good grip when you stick your hand in your glove, you might see some squirrely throws today.
Yeah, it's going to take supreme focus defensively to keep it going. It's been a great defensive weekend for the Hawks. There is a nasty pitch from Breck, just dive bomb, slider low and in, and a swing and a miss from Mays.
Yeah, that almost hit Mays in the knee and was swung over the top of it.
Here comes the 0-1. Swung at it again. 0-2.
That almost hit Mays in the foot and swung over the top of it. I'm not sure if I'd try to throw it again or if I'd try something different.
We'll see. Here comes the 0-2 from Brody. He did throw it again. This time, Mays got a piece of it, hit it foul to the right side.
That's because he threw it for a strike.
Yeah, we chuckle a little bit, but it's not poking fun or anything. It's just really impressive.
It's how good the pitch is. I mean, Mays is a good hitter. We've seen that this weekend, and so.
Another 0-2. Okay, fastball high and out, ball 1.
And I don't mind showing him the slider for a third or fourth time here. I don't want to see it right in the strike zone.
Swing and a miss. Got him for the third out, a 1-2-3 inning. How'd you like that pitch, John?
Well, and that was up and away. And so, yeah, by the tic-tac-toe board, it's in the strike zone, but it probably isn't going to get that call. But it still looks good up there and got Mays swinging.
A couple of strikeouts for Brecht. He gets one to end the top of the second. Hawks lead at 1-0. This is Iowa Baseball from Learfield.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth on Mother's Day in Iowa City at Banks. Also Senior Day for the Hawkeyes. Iowa on top of MSU early, 1-0 going for the sweep of the Spartans.
I thought I was done being cold in the booth during games.
Yeah, this is what, the second weekend of May, and we're still struggling. Michael Seeger's in the box. First pitch from Powers just inside for a ball. He squared to bunt and pulled it back. We've been all over the place this weekend with the weather, haven't we?
Hour and 15-minute rain delay yesterday.
Hot on Friday. Michael crushes this one to left. It's got a chance. Get going, baby. It is gone off the Silver Hawk in left. Ho-ho! Seegers. Boom!
Michael Seegers, 102 off the bat, 380 over the left field wall. Wind isn't going to affect it when you hit a laser like that. That was not elevated, 23-degree launch angle, which is a little unusual and low for a home run, but that was pure barrel from Michael Seegers, and the Hawks get another single. Home run number 4, I believe, for Michael.
I might owe him an apology because I didn't really think he'd have a chance to get one out today. I thought maybe DeRiggi with the wind the way it is, but you're right, John. When you connect like that, there's no wind that'll stop that. Hawks lead 2-0. Here's Hucksdorf. Squares to bunt on the 0-1, pulled it back. That's a strike. He's quickly down 0-2.
That's a good pitch there. Breaking ball low and outside. Huck squaring to bunt, and that's going to be a tough pitch to get down.
Thought about the high fastball, but it's outside. That's a ball. Good hang there from Huck.
Home plate umpire didn't even want to check down on the appeal.
No chance.
Felt obligated.
Out of the windup, the pitch from Powers. Tapper to the left side. This is a tough play. Shortstop charging hard. Throw on the run. No throw. Hucksdorf beat it out. Infield single.
Sometimes that's what it takes when you're in a little hole struggling. You just kind of find a way. You know, you hit a topper on a good fastball out off the plate. Huck, though, instead of going the other way, tries to pull it. You get a weak ground ball, but it bounced over Powers' head. And Hucksdorf, with great speed, flies down the line and makes it without a throw.
Jeb gave great effort for it, but he's playing so deep on that shift. Hawks are really feeling like they're locked in so far. Leading 2-0. Here's Braden Frazier a bit early on the off speed and a swing and a miss.
Really good breaking ball again. Just kind of fell out of it, dropped out of the zone. Frazier had a great day on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Couple extra base hits, including a big-time home run to left. Hucksdorf at first. The 0-1, check swing. This could be trouble. He did go around on that one, 0-2.
All right, we're one for however many appeals we've had this weekend. That one, I agree completely. Yeah. Just we haven't seen one of those called yet this weekend.
One for a lot.
Yeah, we seem to have had a lot of appeals.
The 0-2, that's downstairs. Good block by Brecker. And Frazier is not ready to hit the links yet. Not going to golf at that.
Powers the lefty, and he's quick to the plate, so tough to run for Hucksdorf over there.
He'll take off on this one. The 1-2 is hit to third. Takes a funny hop on Kark. He'll step, throw it across the diamond to retire Frazier, but Hucksdorf gets to second base. Probably not a double play ball anyway, just because Frazier tapped it over there.
Likely not. Frazier's not always the speediest down the line, but that one was going to be a tough one, and probably actually might have been an interesting play at second base, but yeah, made it easier. Huck makes it a good swinging bunt and advances the runner that way.
cool Cade Moss comes into the box now with a runner in scoring position. 1 out. Iowa 2, Michigan State nothing in the second. First pitch to Moss. Outside corner, that's a strike.
Best number 9 hitter in the business.
I think so. You can give me a better one. I'd like to know his name. Can put it anywhere on the ballpark. That's inside to Moss. 1 ball, 1 strike. That first pitch was a strike. That's right.
Cade 302 on the Big Ten season, so done a really nice job kind of restarting the order, getting it going for the top.
The 1-1 skip to the plate. That's ball 2. Outfield for Michigan State playing really shallow, especially in center and right. Granted, because of the wind a little bit, maybe they're scout on Moss as well. But again, you hit one of those line drives in the gap. That's what we're really picking on. Not saying we're going to hit it over the center fielder's head. It's just an angle as Moss skies it foul to the right side.
Right. You're just trying to create some space and you know, if you can get a good sharp ball out there, you know, with how shallow Ziegler is in center, that ball skips past. Especially if you think you can cut it off and miss it, then that's when you have to run a long ways just to get to the ball.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Moss. Tapper right back to the pitcher. Huckstorf in between second and third. He has to stay at second base. Moss is out at first.
Almost, he had a great jump, and he was going. Almost would have liked to have seen him go, because I think he still beats that. Well, the left-hander is set up to throw well to first or third, but by the time he kind of sees where you are, sees what's happening, but I'm not going to argue too much. You get the top of the order still, and you're going to score on a single to the outfield.
Just one of those tricky plays. We'll go with Wilmus. Fastball outside. Wilmus hit a triple to get things going in the first. Iowa's got 4 hits already. The first time through the order. Wilmus with one of them. Huckstorf out there at second. Iowa a 2-0 lead. Here's a throw to second. Almost threw it into center field. Michigan State struggled with that this weekend.
Thrown a couple balls. Had a pickoff move go to center field and had a throw from Brecker go into center field. That one ended up making it easy for the Hawkeyes to score the go-ahead run yesterday in the 8th.
One-0 pitch to Wilmus, too far outside. That's ball 2.
And we talked about it in the open. Powers isn't a guy that's going to give the Hawkeyes a lot of free bases, but the first time through, really did a nice job. 3 extra base hits out of the 4.
Wilmus will take the 2-0 down the heart of the plate for a strike. 2-1. Yeah, Iowa's got every hit possibility. Single, double, triple home run today.
Got the cycle in an inning and a third, or inning and 2/3. Nicely done.
Which one are we going to double up on?
And you got the single last. That's impressive.
Here comes the 2-1 to Wilmus. Line foul to the right. 2-2. In a 2-strike count earlier when he hit that triple.
Yeah, he got behind on a couple pitches he didn't particularly care for, but stuck with it. Stuck to his menace nickname.
Yeah, got a battle here. Powers comes sent the 2-2. That's just low below the knees.
Good eye there. Really good fastball. Just 2 balls below the strike zone. Umpire might have given a ball or half a ball, but that one a little too low. Good eye now. 3-2.
Powers will check on Huckstorf. Here's the pitch, high and out, gets away from the catcher as well, and so Huckstorf will get to third. Wilmus will round first base, but stay put.
Michigan State got a little lucky too. Farquhar cut in behind Huckstorf on a pickoff move, and he read one thing, and Powers had a different plan going on. So a little fortunate that Wilmus didn't put it in play behind him.
Were you surprised that Michigan State stayed with their shift against Ben? They were still over there to the left, even though he took him to right the last time.
Well, I think the plan is that Ben's not going to roll one through the infield, and he didn't. He lined one over the infield, so same idea there.
Sam Peterson, batting in the 2 spot today, struck out his first time up. Runners at the corners with 2 outs, and there's a strike to start his at bat.
Another really good breaking ball there. See if Sam can stay timed up here. He kind of chased out of the zone on strike 3 last time.
Same shift for him that they had for Wilmus. A lot of room on the right side on the infield. Outfield still plays shallow even for Petey.
Yeah,
that's a head scratcher.
I'm just going to go with I don't understand that part. I kind of get we haven't seen Iowa right-handers don't roll out to second base very often, so I kind of get that part, but the shallowness I don't get.
Swing and a miss on the 1-1. It's 1-2 now. They've really been working Peterson today with the outside fastball.
Well, that's what he's got to recognize. Just like Wilmus did, we've talked about it with a number of these Hawkeye hitters. If they're willing to hit it to right center or Honar's case left center, they can be very effective.
The 1-2. Peterson gets a hold of this one, taps it foul into the Michigan State dugout. First contact that I think Petey's made today is just trying to figure out this pitcher. Iowa with a run in the first, a run in the second, leading 2-0. Got runners at the corners with 2 outs, but a 1-2 count for Peterson. Powers is ready. Here's the pitch. Wilmus takes off. The pitch is a called third strike on the inside corner. And that'll do it for the second. It's a solo home run for Michael Seegers to extend the Iowa lead. 2-0. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Top of the third inning in Iowa City. Hawks lead Michigan State 2-0. Brody Brecht out to the mound for another inning. He's been very sharp so far. Set down Michigan State 1-2-3 in the second. He'll start with the bottom of the order. Greg Ziegler to begin the third. He's given up 1 hit. He's got a couple of strikeouts, 1 walk so far. Again, going back to what Coach McGrath said, it'll be all about the fastball for Brody. I think he's placing it well and is throwing it for a number of strikes so far.
And he's not overthrowing it. You haven't seen the fastball at 100 or 101, but you've seen it in that 90, 98, 99 range, and then now all of a sudden when the slider starts connecting, as you saw right there for strike 1, he's tough to hit.
Ziegler's a right-handed hitter, and that one called a ball.
That one was a mistake. Wow.
The entire ball was outer half, maybe?
That's just not even close.
Well, we get him back on that one. It's 1-2. Another swing and a miss on the slider. It's been 3 straight from Brody.
Really good location from Brody, too. See if he tries to heat him up here, if he just goes ahead and sticks to the slider.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. That one was in the dirt, and Ziegler went after it.
Had to throw an extra pitch there, but still a nice sequence there from Brody, and just good location. Got it exactly where he wanted 4 straight times.
That slider is like a marble going down a chute, and then it detaches from the chute and just rolls right off. Straight drop.
Right off the edge.
A lot of sliders from Brody. That one catches the zone on the inside corner. Back to the top of the order for Michigan State with Farquhar.
Well, he hit the Michigan State lineup the first time through with a lot of fastballs.
Here's a chopper up over Brody's head. He'll grab it. He'll step and throw. A little changeup over there to DeRiggi, 2 down.
Good play there from Brody as he had to back off the mound. Did a good job keeping his feet, as he's backpedaling down a downslope. Not always the easiest thing to do for those of us that maybe aren't as athletically gifted as Brody. And picked it up, made a good circle change throw over there to DeRiggi and got the out.
I think we would have taken a tumble. At least I would have. I think that's what you're getting at, John, isn't it?
I could have thrown him out from my buns, though. That's all I'm saying.
Here's Mitch Jebb, left-handed hitter. Brody deals a fastball high and out. Rain continuing to fall in Iowa City, just spitting. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Should look pretty good. Started a little bit outside and brought it back in.
Yeah, snapped it right across there. Another good slider. So he showed fastball up and away the first pitch.
This one hit in the gap in right center. Hucksdorf on his horse to get over there. He's got it. Man, Kyle makes that look easy, doesn't he?
Boy, it's funny because as soon as that ball goes up in the air, my instant reaction is, Huck's going to get that because it's going to slice right back to him. He got a great jump on it, ran it down. Well hit ball from Jebb, 104 off the bat. 3 up, 3 down for Brody. Well,
back to back.
Back to back, bottom of the, head to the bottom of the third.
Hawks on top 2-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Don't let life get in the way of what's most important. Visit shelterinsurance.com to learn more. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Good part of the order coming up for Iowa in the bottom of the third. It'll be DeRiggi, Tello, and Honar. A lot of pop, a lot of power into the box. We'll see if they can string some things together. Iowa 2-0. 1 run in each of the first 2 innings. 4 hits for the black and gold this afternoon so far.
I like how you say that like there's a bad part of the order for the Hawks.
Yeah, that's true. There hasn't been for a number of weeks now. Lefty on lefty matchup with Powers. Dealing one in the dirt.
I just watched Mays shift further left toward the left field line and thinking about where DeRiggi's hit 2 balls here this weekend, just straight up that over Jebb's head.
Ooh, outside corner.
Yeah, good pitch.
1-1, just a funky grab there by Brecker to make it look a little stranger than it was. A ball and a strike to DeRiggi. This one hit in the air to center. Ziegler going back a few steps. Well in front of the track, and he's got it for 1 out.
DeRiggi didn't get all of that one, and you're going to have to send it out that direction today. So
I was just about to make a comment about how shallow Ziegler was playing in center. And I know we've talked about it a couple of times. It's not so much that we're going to burn you and hit it over your head today. It's the gappers, and DeRiggi's been in the gap all weekend.
Right, and that's what I just had mentioned, hitting it over Jebb's head and slicing it into that left center field gap. And he's doing the same thing here. Tello, this is how Tello had a triple Friday night was with, and it's just obviously the strategy that Michigan State employs defensively is that they don't think you're going to hit it enough because, big swing and a miss there. A lot of times you see your outfielders kind of follow the outfield wall line so that the center fielder's deeper than the others. Michigan State really, I can't obviously have great perception on the line, but Ziegler seems like he's actually shallower than his left and right fielders.
I agree, almost like it bows in a little bit out there. Left fielder, he's playing deep.
He's playing deep, but Frank is not terribly deep in right, and Ziegler certainly isn't.
Tello's had a good eye in this at bat. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out. Bases empty, bottom 3, Iowa 2-0.
Raider got here in his first at bat. He needs to really make sure he picks one out he likes.
He liked that one, hit it to third. Ground ball, Tello hustling down the line, but he's out, number 2.
That was pretty much Powers just saying, here it is. And Raider just struggling just a touch and swung over the top of it and beat it into the ground.
Raiders got that good hard swing every single time, though. You're going to get your money's worth out of him.
Yeah, there's no getting cheated very often on Raiders swing.
2 down for Iowa in the third. Honar watches a breaking ball loop in for a strike. Bet if he throws that again, Sam will swing at it.
Sam likes the ball. Well, Sam likes a lot of different locations of pitches, but he threw the same pitch and then went down to the bottom of went down below the zone. Sam swung over the top of it. Quickly 0-2.
Powers has really settled in. I know he's given up a few hits, including a home run, but looked pretty good in this inning. That one's a breaking ball in the dirt, blocked away.
It's a good pitch, though, and made Honar flinch. I mean, you're going to throw it out. You're going to start it on the outside part of the plate and snap it off there.
Got to watch the back door on the fastball, too, don't you? Here comes the 1-2. Chop to third. Kark has been active today at the hot corner for Michigan State. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Hawkeyes in the third as he throws out Honar at first. Iowa 2, Michigan State nothing. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Iowa 2, Michigan State nothing in the top of the fourth on Senior Day from Banks.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City.
Home finale, John. Kind of flew through this home portion of the schedule, didn't we?
Really did. I mean, it just doesn't feel like we had any nice weather.
No.
Or you think, yeah, well, that's baseball weather. Boy, I'm glad we had that. Doesn't feel like that's been the case this year.
Just a strange year weather-wise. Iowa's made the most of it. 36 wins.
Wow.
Not sure where that one missed. A little bit low to Vredenberg. And Brody missed outside that time. Ball 2. Vredenberg grounded out to short.
Good play by Seegers up the middle.
Mm-hmm. Breck's got some work to do. The 2-0 hit in the air to left. Peterson moving over, and he'll make the catch in front of the wall, 1 down.
God, that's how good Vredenberg is, though, that didn't look like he hit that ball at all, and it really drifted almost all the way out to the track.
I'm not sure, to go along with that, John, how he took that pitch that was low and in and shot it that way to left.
He took a 96-mile-an-hour fastball in the lower inside quadrant of the tic-tac-toe board, and I mean, obviously didn't hit it a long way, but got a lot of barrel on it.
Peterson had to move back, so here's a bunt attempt down the third baseline, and that'll go foul. Frank tried to get one by Tello over there, but Rader was ready. Frank couldn't keep it fair.
Tello saw it coming, and I still think it was a pretty good punt from Frank. That I don't know if I'm Tello, if I'm walking all the way back behind my post. Because Frank even showed early. Wasn't super sneaky about it, but he's got a lot of speed.
Yep. No balls and a strike. Brecht out of the windup, deals it high and out, ball 1.
Kind of mentioned it yesterday, not your prototypical cleanup hitter. He's still got some pop, 16 extra base hits, including 7 home runs, but just does it other ways.
Line foul hard off the net to the left side, 1-2.
Again, walked 29 times, been hit by 11 pitches, so 40 free bases to 40 strikeouts. Does a good job keeping the zone, protecting the zone.
He's a tough out, isn't he? He keeps fouling off these pitches from Brody.
We had a great first at bat, 3-2 battle that he hung around in and ended up drawing the walk.
Brecht likes the sign. Here comes the 1-2. Line drive right to Honar, who caught it 2 down.
Yeah, that was a looper.
Yeah.
We saw a couple of really hard hit line drives yesterday that Seegers and Honar came down with, but that one was more of the, I don't need to jump here.
Right. I thought it was hit a little bit better than it actually was, John.
It's just 72 miles an hour off the bat. It wasn't a screamer.
Back to a right-handed hitter now with the catcher, Brecker. Brody goes fastball inside. That'll bend him back. Ball 1.
That would bend back any human being.
Yeah, I'd get out of the way of that.
Would you, though? Because I
don't know if I'd had time.
We've had this conversation now. Good pitch from Brody. We'll start this conversation now. We were at a rain delay in Penn State, and Raider Tello is responsible for this conversation that he popped up.
Yeah, and I blame Raider big time. 1-1 just high there, 2-1.
And it was, if John Leo steps in the box against Brody Brecht 10 times, can he put a ball in play?
You got to think about that question, Hawkeye fans. 2-1, outside corner. That's a called strike, 2-2. Put it in play.
Put it in play.
Is there a chance that I could put it in play?
John's a career .298 hitter in high school.
Yep.
Most responses. Oh, my goodness.
Well, if he throws that pitch, I'm not hitting anything. He threw that slider low and outside. Brecker went after it, couldn't touch it. Brody set down 10 Spartans in a row, and he gets another strikeout there. We'll pick up that conversation in a minute. All right, bottom of the 4th, Iowa 2-0. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Iowa 2, Michigan State 0 as we get to the bottom of the 4th. Michael Seegers will lead things off for Iowa in this half of the inning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Seegers makes his way to the box. He had a line drive home run to left in the second inning. He led off the second with that, too. He's going to lead off the 4th now.
Nice. Maybe we can get Dargan and Kyle to put that out as a Twitter poll of could John Leo make contact on Brody Brecht.
I don't know if I want to see those results, John. I don't know if that many people have faith in me. Seegers in the box. That one skips into him. The main point that I had to clear up, because nobody, of course, gave me any chance during that rain delay at Penn State. All I'm saying is Michael hits this on the ground, kind of ties up the shortstop. Long throw over to first, and Michael is out number 1. I just think there's a chance that maybe I could put it in play. Maybe.
And the only person that didn't just instantly say no to you was Brody.
Of course it was. Kid's too nice.
Brody is exceptionally nice. Brody's like, what, is there a chance? Well, sure, there's a chance. But then,
I got absolutely stone-colded by Rick, by Coach Heller.
Coach Heller was an insta-no. That was the funniest no we got. Says, as Huck swings and misses over the breaking ball. Yeah, the speed of his no was faster than Brody's fastball.
Deadpan, serious, not a chance.
Yeah, just no.
0-1 to Huckstorf. That's low, ball 1.
He did concede a little as you started to elaborate some, not much. You wanted a lot of restrictions on what Brody could do.
Well, yeah. Kyle taps the 1-1 foul. My rules, if I could have them my way, is that Brody could not throw over 100 miles an hour, and he couldn't throw a slider.
Well, and so we offered to set up the pitching machine with Brody's characteristics and put you in the tunnel.
Forget it. This was a couple of weeks ago. I haven't had to think about it too much. It's bringing back some bad memories here. Hucksdorf, good eye there, outside, ball 2.
I am so thankful Brody's had a better outing today to allow us to kind of come back to this conversation because we've been holding on to this one for a while.
The 2-2 to Huck. Line drive into right center. This could get down into the gap, and it will. It'll get all the way to the wall, too. Hucksdorf digging for 2. He's going to round it, headed for third. Hucksdorf with a triple. What is Michigan State doing?
That is a stand-up triple, too. That was easy. That ball got to Farquhar. Huck wasn't even, he was just cruising. And again, that's your theory or your strategy is, hey, we don't think you can do this. Somewhere along the way, Iowa's saying, oh yeah, we can, and if you're unwilling to adjust, that's on you.
I just don't get it. I mean, you get, no offense to Raider, I think I owe him one after putting that question about Brody on me, but I mean, Raider Tello hit a triple this weekend. He's just not a triple guy, and it's because of their layouts in the outfield.
He skirted the ball right through, and again, you see Frank and right, very shallow.
Braden Frazier hits this into left. It'll be caught. Hucksdorf's going to try and tag. Here comes the throw. Play at the plate. Throw is offline. Hucksdorf scores. Braden Frazier, sacrifice fly, 3-0.
Doing a job. Took the outside fastball there. Pulled it deep enough. We've said it a couple times. Mays doesn't seem to have a great arm there in left field, so even a shallow fly ball there would have been a close play if the throw was on line. Brecker couldn't make the scoop, though, to bring it over. Hawks get another single. 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah. Haven't had that crooked number that you like to talk about yet, but just if we keep scoring every inning, it's going to be hard to beat, isn't it? Here's Moss off the end of the bat to the shortstop, Jeb. He'll pick it up, sidearm throw over to first, and that'll do it for the 4th. Moving along nicely, we're getting to the top of the 5th inning. Iowa 3, Michigan State nothing. Back after this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
Top of the 5th at Banks, Iowa leading Michigan State 3-0. Spartans coming to the plate with 6, 7, 8.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
Well, we're slowly pulling away from Michigan State, at least trying to here. It's
one run at a time.
Literally one run at a time. Already in the 5th inning, Iowa with 5 hits, Michigan State with 1. This wind is causing problems for us up here in the booth, isn't it, John?
It is wreaking some havoc.
Yeah, this is the feels like the first time that it's really blown into our face instead of from right to left, for example.
Good breaking ball there from Brody.
He's on, isn't he?
So far, so good.
Bush is the batter. Here's a swing and a miss. That one felt like it had more vertical break, kind of went straight down instead of in. Bush missed it. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, another strikeout, 2 in a row for Brecht. Brody's up to 5 now, 1 down in the 5th.
A really good look there. It's just three straight sliders. Frank's kind of walking back to the dugout, and not a whole lot of, boy, I know what I'm going to do next time running through his head right now.
Back to a right-handed hitter with Kark. Just outside, a little bit low as well.
Tello's kind of doing a little walk-in move there at third base.
Just a couple of times over there now.
Yeah, the first pitch was pretty close and competitive with the fastball. That one skipped a slider on the outside, bounced it in there.
The 2-0. That one missed outside again, 3-0. He's done a really nice job against the lefties. He's done a really nice job against everybody, but with this lefty-dominant lineup for Michigan State, Brecht has looked sharp, and he throws a strike on the outside corner there to the righty, 3-1.
Hasn't gotten to too many 3-ball counts. He's been...
Here's a ground ball to short. Hard hit to Seegers. Michael, step, throw, got him, 2 down.
I was just about to say Michigan State kind of bailed him out on a couple of them. Swung at some 3-1 pitches that weren't necessarily great located, and that was a good fastball down in the zone, 96 miles an hour. And gets out of the 3-0 count.
Yep, and that's about all you can do with that pitch too, isn't it?
Right, you're going to pound that into the ground, and you know, if you elevate it, it's just going to be a weak fly ball. But again, Tello better be on his toes here.
Yep. Even with 2 outs, the base is empty. Mays squares to bunt, pulls it down the first base side. Brecht will pick it up. He'll throw it to first. A 1-2-3 inning. Again, 3 make it 4 in a row of those. Brody's retired 13 in a row. He's dealing like somebody managing the blackjack table at Riverside. All right, bottom of the 5th coming up. Iowa 3, Michigan State nothing. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. They've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth from a rainy Duane Banks today, just spitting some precipitation. We're doing okay, though, leading Michigan State 3-0, going for the Senior Day sweep on Mother's Day. It's a loaded day. We just got so much going on. I thought we were done with graduation ceremonies. There must have been one more today.
One more today. So I scouted out how parking was going to be.
Top of the order for Iowa in the 5th with Wilmus in the box.
Quick look around. Maryland just finishing up Minnesota 15-9. Ohio State 5-1 over UNC Greensboro.
It's good to see Ohio State keep winning. We got through them. Wilmus watches it go by for a strike on the outside corner.
Rutgers shuts out Illinois 3-0. Nebraska beats Penn State 8-5. Indiana 10-2 to complete the sweep over Purdue.
We didn't get a lot of help today, did we?
No, this was a separation of haves and have-not weekend so far.
Yeah. Powers is ready with the 1-1. That's in the dirt. Ball 2.
You kind of flip over now to standings, and you've got Indiana and Maryland going to be tied at the top. Rutgers and Nebraska are at this moment, they're behind Iowa on win percentage.
Tapped foul by Wilmus, 2-2.
But all kind of in the right spot. You've got Michigan playing Northwestern, looking to join them at 13-8 in conference. Illinois done with their conference season now, 12-12. And Michigan State really kind of jockeying for position with them, 10-10 right now.
Swing and a miss on that pitch. Wilmus is out number 1. A lot of moving parts this weekend in the Big Ten. You mentioned it being separation weekend. Almost feels like a lot of things still up in the air when it comes to seeding. It feels like.
Well, the seeding for sure. I think you've got 9 teams. I suppose you could make an argument for Minnesota, as that misses high and away. But you've got 9 teams really going for those 8 spots. Maybe Minnesota is a 10th team if everything fell right for them. And Illinois is kind of the one good breaking ball there. Setting as the odd team out, being done already at 12-12. It's just, hey, here's our mark. Can you beat us? Michigan State going to try to do that. Michigan State's going to lose a tiebreaker to Illinois.
Here's the 1-1 that's hit up the middle. Great diving stop by Farquhar to throw out Peterson at first. I will say the infield shifts for Michigan State, they've been very successful against us this weekend.
Yeah, that's worked out great. And that one, almost an overshift, but a really good job there to go back and get it from Farquhar. Is not a play he has to make all the time, going to his left from the shortstop side. Now, my guess is somewhere in his career he's played some shortstop. But great play there as he gets the out.
2 down in the Iowa 5th. DeRiggi is the batter. There's one over the heart of the plate, strike 1.
But, I mean, you're talking about 1, 2, 3 teams with 8 losses. Then it gets into kind of that 10, 11, 12 range. So, everybody, teams are kind of in pockets right now. And really, as you look at the new Big Ten schedule, conference tournament schedule, you want to stay out of the 4-5 game. Playing Wednesday.
Brennan skies this into right center. It'll hang up in the wind. Ziegler's under it, and there's the 3rd out. Iowa goes down 1-2-3 in the 5th. We'll get back to that conversation when we come back from this break. Top of the 6th coming up, Iowa 3, Michigan State nothing. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Top of the 6th inning, Iowa 3, Michigan State nothing. 9-1-2 coming up for MSU.
University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare is proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes.
Greg Ziegler is the batter to face off against Brody Brecht. 5 innings of work for Brody, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He's been sharp. Fastball downstairs to Ziegler. He struck him out in the 3rd.
He was slider central the first time.
Outside there and a bit low, ball 2. So as you were saying, John, you don't want to be in that 4-5 game. That's on Wednesday.
Just compresses the schedule a little bit more. It's all of a sudden you've good pitch there. You play in your perfect world. If you're not the 4-5 game, you play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then Sunday for the Big Ten championship. Otherwise it's Wednesday, Thursday. Just crunches up your bullpen a little bit as that one's fouled right down the third base dugout. Just crunches up your schedule a little bit. If you need to use your bullpen, having that day in between gives everybody a little bit more rest, able to keep everybody a little fresher.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Ziegler. Just high with the slider, looked good, but it'll be a full count. I think if you're playing on Wednesday, something went wrong. Either lost on Tuesday.
Right.
Here comes the 3-2. Popped up right side, could stay in here. DeRiggi will give it a thought, but slam on the brakes and it'll get out of play. Either lost on Tuesday or you didn't finish in the top 3 in the Big Ten. That's, I guess, the way I kind of see it.
Right. If you're in Iowa's position right now, that's about the only way. The only way you're going to play there, and not having that game against.
There it is.
Oh,
just high. Ball 4. Oh, beautiful pitch from Brody. And you see Coach Heller pop out of the dugout and say, "Where was it?"
Oh,
said high.
Man, that is strike 3.
And that'll break the streak there. Brody had set down 13 Spartans in a row.
Strike 3 all day, every day.
All right, next pitch. That's kind of the mentality that Brody's got to have here with Farquhar in the box, low and in, ball 1.
But yeah, trying to just stay in that spot, and it starts by finishing this game up. You got to take care of business here because not having a full series against Penn State. Misses inside. Iowa's a game off. And so, if they end up tied in the loss column with somebody near the top, Coach McGrath's going to take a walk to the mound. If they end up tied in the loss column, they're going to be a win behind. So from a win percentage standpoint, they'll be lower, which will then seed them behind. They don't have to worry about, that they lost a series to Maryland or that they lost a series to Indiana because, we just didn't get all the games in. But now the problem is you're still basically in the same spot where you have to have one less loss than they do to win the conference.
It's almost like we're chasing a game, but you're never going to catch it.
Right. And the problem is now all those teams, if Iowa ends up what would theoretically be tied with Nebraska, they're going to be behind Nebraska because they didn't get that last.
Yep.
And you're assuming you beat Penn State on Sunday. The way it played out, that was likely because Penn State kind of played their hand of we're only going to play 2 games this weekend, and so we're going to use everybody we have to pitch here. But worked out, and they got the split.
Mound visits concluded. The 2-0 pitch is below the knees. Ball 3.
We've had a really good strike zone all weekend long.
Yeah. And another walk. So back-to-back walks for Brecht to start the 6th. Getting a little bit interesting here. Iowa has a 3-run lead. Fans are going to start getting on this home plate umpire, Rick Allen, here shortly. They already are.
Wow. And he's been really good all game long, but he might have helped a bit to start this inning for Michigan State.
Batter is Jeb. There's a strike. Outside corner. Runners at first and second for the visiting Spartans. Nobody out in the 6th. Jeb today, he has the lone Michigan State base hit. Singled in the 1st. Here's the 0-1. Just outside, ball 1.
Good pitch there, and just again with a guy like Jeb, just great plate discipline. Just he isn't going to expand his strike zone. He's just so good at knowing where the zone is.
Brecht taking his time. The pause, the 1-1. Check swing. He went around. It gets away from Moss, and it goes right back to Brecht. And both runners will be able to advance on the pitch that was in the dirt. Haven't seen that this year.
Not sure whether that hit Moss's foot or it hit the umpire's foot, but ball just rolled straight back out to the plate. Moss actually had to point it out to Brody that it was rolling back out to him.
So now 2 in scoring position with nobody out. The 1-2 off the end of the bat, just barely got a piece of it, hit it foul to the third base side.
I'm not exactly sure what pitch that was for Brody. 90 miles an hour, a little low outside of the zone. He threw a hard slider, but his slider
pretty flat.
Yeah, pretty flat, and he's been velocity's been starting to dip a little bit, but not sure what that was.
A ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him. That was the slider, no doubt.
What a massive pitch and massive out there. Kind of wondered if Michigan State might bunt with Jeb anyway. Kind of worked out that way with the wild pitch, but boy, what a what a battle this sets up right here.
No kidding. Brecht against Vredenberg. Vredenberg batting .432 coming into the game. 0 for 2 today. Runners at second and third for Michigan State in the sixth. 1 out. First pitch, low, ball 1. Iowa leading 3-0.
Vredenberg leads the Big Ten, and it's not even close.
Yep.
I mean, he's .432. Max Anderson of Nebraska, .403 is second.
Brecht has the sign, the 1-0. Low, ball 2.
Yeah, look
now it gets a little bit tricky.
Yeah, he was here though. Yeah, I mean, I guess you start to flirt with some danger, but he was here early on Vredenberg, but see if he can battle back again.
Slider dropped low, ball 3.
Oh man. Just the zone just got small all of a sudden this inning.
I don't hate a possible outcome of a walk here. 3-0 from Brecht outside. That is ball 4. Don't mind it.
Yes, you set up the double play again, although Frank is really fast.
Yep.
So you're probably not going to roll 2, but you might get a ground ball right at Honar, or he pokes one up the middle of the Seegers. You'd have a chance at it.
Maybe something for Tello where he can just step on the bag. It's something that takes him over to close to third step and throw. Infield will stay back for Iowa. Bases loaded for Michigan State in the sixth. Iowa up by 3. There's 1 out in the inning. Brecht will stay in the stretch. Frank squares to bunt, pulled it back, called strike.
Yeah, I think that was more of a I'm just going to distract you bunt than it was anything else. Try to get ahead in the count, get it more in his favor. Because that actually a slider coming in on you like that's a pretty good pitch to bunt if you really want to do it.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. Lined foul. 0-2 now. Fans are getting behind Brody Brecht now, offering their support. Brecht will toe the rubber.
We've seen this battle a couple times. Frank's been great fouling off pitches.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him fishing. 2 down.
Didn't foul that one off as Brody threw the slider, dropped it right down slow, walked back to the dugout for Frank. Not out of the woods yet, though.
Not done yet. Go back to Brecker. Bases still loaded for the Spartans with 2 outs now. Brecht's got the sign from Moss, ready to start the at-bat with Brecker. Here it comes from Brody. That's a ball low.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Insane break on that. That started probably at the letters and then just apparently below the knees. Here we go with the 1-0 delivery from Brody. Outside, ball 2.
Got Whitlock getting loose in the Hawkeye bullpen. It's been too good of a start for Brody. Love to see him finish this up on his own.
Yep. He's got 2 outs, but the count is 2-0. You got to imagine Brecker will be pretty disciplined here. The pitch. High, ball 3.
Saw 2 Hawkeye hitters swing at 3-0 pitches. I'm willing to wager my fingernail you're not going to see him swing at this pitch.
Way outside, and that's ball 4. Will walk in a run. Well, Michigan State on the board in the 6th. It's 3-1. Brecker had been 0 for 2. He's still 0 for 2, but 2 strikeouts. That time he got the better of Brody.
Well, that's a tough pitch on the first one. You throw that first pitch that's right at the edge of the zone. Great plate discipline from Brecker. Doesn't swing over the top. But boy, that's
he's just got to focus on getting 1 more out. He's walked 4 in the inning. Just kind of giving it to Michigan State. They haven't earned it. Bases still loaded with 2 outs. The Spartans are on the board. It's 3-1 Iowa with the lead. There's a first pitch strike to Bush.
Needs to finish it up here. Got to stay locked in. Can't give in here.
0-1 is waved at, miss, nothing in 2. Good job regrouping and going right after the Spartan DH.
Crowd knows how big a spot this is.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch, swing and a miss. Hook, line, and sinker. He took the bait.
That was a big spot. I mean, whether it's you doing it or not getting any help from the umpire, you just got to get it done. Came right back, knew what he had to do. Gave up a non-crooked number. Hawks maintained the 3-1 lead.
4 walks in the inning for Breck, but 3 strikeouts. It was the Breck show, both good and a little bit of bad. Michigan State gets on the board. It's 3-1. Hawks will try to answer right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Iowa 3, Michigan State 1. Tello, Honar, and Seegers due up for the black and gold. Try to get that run back that we gave Michigan State there in the 6th.
Yeah, nice, I guess less than ideal, but a good way to battle through it. You missed the barrel of the bat and missed the... I guess you missed the bat entirely. There weren't even very many foul balls that inning. Just did a good job of kind of pitching through it and showing some grit. Unfortunately, ran up his pitch count probably high enough that I don't think you'll see him come back out. But good job from Brody to get through six solid innings.
See what Rader can do in the leadoff spot in this inning.
Because with where he had been the previous month or so, 6 strong innings, 1 hit baseball.
Big time.
You would have taken in a heartbeat. Oh.
That one is way outside and called a strike. I don't know where that came from.
Come on.
It's 1-1 now. Power's still in there. This is hit down the line and right. That'll get foul 1-2. Man.
Any of those pitches in the previous at bat, and it's their previous couple at bats, and it's still 3-0.
Yeah. Ball and 2 strikes to Tello. Here's the pitch. Line drive into left center. Base hit. There you go, Rader.
It's about time for Raiders. He just smoked that 105 right over top of Jeb's head. And see if the Hawks haven't been reasonably successful. 3rd time out of 6 tries, the Hawks have had the leadoff man on base. Feels like it's turned into runs when they've done it. So.
Yep. Scored in the 1st and the 2nd. Had runs in, had the leadoff man on in both of those. Honar squares to bunt, pulled it back, and that was a good decision. The ball drifted outside.
I guess it was Seegers that hit the home run to lead off the inning, so yeah, that scored a run.
That definitely got one across.
Yeah, then the triple.
It's felt like a comfortable lead all day for Iowa, but it's only down to 2 runs now, 3-1 in the 6th.
Well, it felt comfortable because Brody rolled through 13 straight guys.
Yep. Sam chops this foul to the right side. He's got an even count, 1-1.
Less comfortable now that he's not rolling and probably see a pitching change. But like where they're going to be able to go though, because the limited use the Hawkeye bullpens had all weekend.
Tello at first, the 1-1. Honar again showing bunt, doesn't offer at it, and Powers missed outside.
Yeah, right now the rest of the Big Ten just looked at the 3 starts that Iowa got this weekend and like, that's what we were afraid of.
Yep, the 2-1. Sam bunts this one down the third baseline. This is a beauty. It's picked up by Kark. He'll throw it on the run. Not in time. Sam beats it out.
Don't think of Sam Honar that way. You think of the power, you think of the free swinging lefty, and all of a sudden, you've got some good stolen bases there. 8 stolen bases from Honar, and then a fantastic bunt there. High fastball, drops it right down. And that might be it, already given the signal.
A point down to the Michigan State bullpen. That will do it for Nick Powers. Pretty decent start for him. We'll get you his stat line once that gets all wrapped up and concluded. Pitching change break coming. The Spartans go to the bullpen. Iowa 3, Michigan State 1 in the bottom of the 6th. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
A couple of singles in the 6th for Iowa has put 2 runners on. Michigan State having to go to the bullpen with Iowa leading 3-1. The Spartans turn to the righty, the senior Wyatt Rush.
Well, they turn to their ace. And that's you haven't used him all weekend, and if this game gets away from you now, you're not going to get a chance to use him in a spot that matters. So you go right to him. 21 appearances on the season, 4-0 with 8 saves, a 3.50 team best, 3.50 ERA, 36 innings pitched, 36 hits, 15 runs, 14 of those were earned. Has walked just 7 guys while striking out 34. You can hit him a little, though, 271. And again, he's really going to be a super spin heavy guy. Fastball low percentage. It's going to be in the upper 80s when he throws it. He's going to have a change and a slider. He's going to throw the fastball. You're probably going to know it's coming. He's going to be either ahead trying to close you out, or kind of one of those get me overs. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot of breaking balls if you're Hawkeye hitters right now.
Interesting spot here for Michael Seegers, who's in the box. Runners at first and second with nobody out.
Bunt.
Yeah. He does square to bunt, puts it right in front of the home plate. They're going to throw it to third, and they got Tello at third base.
He deadened it too much. He killed it right in front of home plate. Great play there by Brecker to jump out and get it.
That is one of the very few times this season that we haven't seen Iowa execute the short game.
Well, we've seen Iowa kind of bunt through it a time or two, but we really haven't seen them get a guy thrown out at the wrong place. Again, it was a good bunt. Well, it wasn't a good bunt. He deadened it too much, and Brecker did a good job to jump out and get it.
Came right in front of the plate, too, so it didn't have any horizontal angle to it. That'll bring up Kyle Huckstorf now. That's a called strike on the outside.
Come on.
Period. Not even the corner. Wow. Kyle's bat's not long enough to get that. Here comes the 0-1 from Rush. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Really good breaking ball there. He brought it back a second time, brought it back in the zone. I'm not sure if I'm Rush. I throw this ball really anywhere near the plate. I'm going to break it off the plate, see if Huck will chase it or the umpire will call it.
A couple of options. Low and out on that one, ball 1.
And that's, again, he went to the fastball as the out pitch. Tried to dot it down low and away.
Huckstorf has had a nice day. He's 2 for 2, a single and a triple. 2 on with 1 out. The 1-2. Kyle pops it up to right. Carrying a little bit, but Frank will move back. Honar back to the bag at second. Didn't tag.
Well, maybe a good plan.
Yeah, Frank got that in quickly, didn't he?
Well, and I remember Frank having a great arm, but yeah, really didn't even really think about it if you're Honar there, as he was kind of dancing halfway. We talked about that yesterday. Just Michigan State had a chance to advance the runners and didn't do it. Would have loved to have seen Honar be on the bag and at least see where Frank's throw was. It was off the bag, would have had a chance, but it was a strong throw in.
Tight game in Iowa City. Iowa 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs for Braden Frazier. That pitch is high. Runners at first and second. Could use another clutch hit here as we get towards the later innings.
Hawks will probably switch to Jack Whitlock, who's going to look a lot like Rush here with how he throws and what he's trying to accomplish.
Frazier just behind that fastball, 1-1.
Breaking ball.
Really?
Breaking ball up high.
Threw it hard. Looked a lot faster than what that stat says there. Ball and a strike to Frazier with 2 outs. That's off the plate away from him.
I could see why Rush doesn't walk a lot of guys. He's going to get you to chase a lot of pitches. They're going to look good for a really long time, and you're going to just you're going to swing over it or make weak contact.
Swing and a miss there again, 2-2.
I mean, that just looks so hittable. It's 81 miles an hour. It's on the inside part of the plate. It's a plate where Frazier a lot of times will jerk that ball right down the line and clobber it, just over the top of it.
That's low and out, ball 3. It'll be a full count and get the runners moving with 2 outs. See if they come out of their infield shift. Doesn't look like it. Boy, something to the right side. I know it's hard for Frazier to do. He's usually a pull guy. Full count pitch on its way home to Braden. In the air to center, hit well. Ziegler moving back, still going back, and he caught it on the run, straight back. Frazier gave it a ride, but just didn't have enough there, and that'll do it for the 6th.
Needed an angle.
Yeah, needed to find one of the gaps. Good piece of hitting there for Frazier. Iowa leaves a couple of runners on. Tight game, it's 3-1. We go to the 7th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
An easy pill to swallow? Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, they've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
Iowa goes to the bullpen for the top of the 7th inning. A 2-run lead on Michigan State. It's 3-1 here at Banks. Iowa going with Jack Whitlock, the right-hander from Georgia.
12 appearances and a start for Jack. 6-0 on the season with a 1.29 ERA. 12 innings pitched, 9 hits, 7 runs. Just 3 of those were earned. He's only walked 5, struck out 21. Opponents hitting 132 against Whitlock. So again, kind of like what you see from Rush, a guy that doesn't walk a lot, be breaking ball heavy. See if Jack can keep the Hawks rolling along.
And he's going to have 7, 8, 9, Kark, Mays, and Ziegler.
Be a good place for him to start and get loose here. When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using hashtag IowansWin, and you could win even more from Iowa corn. I was viciously attacked by your pen there.
Kick saving a beauty there, John. So Kark, Mays, and Ziegler, Whitlock's competition, the first time that he'll toe the rubber. They're combined 0 for 5 today. Ziegler did walk and score, however, in the 6th.
High strikeout guys, so guys that you'd like to see Jack be able to, if he can get strike 1 and kind of dominate the early part of the at-bat so that then he can keep him off balance. He gets two right-handed hitters, so, you know, a chance to really showcase the breaking ball. Tello better not go too far back there at third base here.
Top of the 7th, Iowa up by 2. It's 3-1. Whitlock versus Kark to get us going in the 7th. First pitch inside, almost hit him, ball 1. Kark with a couple of ground outs today. One to Honar at second, the other to Seegers at short. Out of the windup, the 1-0 from Jack. That's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1.
Maybe it's raining harder. Zone's getting bigger.
We earned one of those.
Just a frisbee up there from Jack that time.
Yeah, that one just
cow.
Floated high with the sidewinder. It's 2-1.
25 inches of break.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good cut there by Kark, but he was out in front, and it's 2-2.
Well, because it breaks 24 inches. It starts at your hip, and it ends up in the middle of the plate.
Big pitch coming here from Whitlock. Got him. Swing and a miss. Went with it again. 3 in a row.
3 in a row. That one he starts in the middle of the plate and breaks it into the left-handed batter's box. Kark's walking back there going, thing breaks a long ways.
Good luck. You didn't need a extender on your bat to get a few extra inches.
Again, Tello's going to need to be alert here. We saw him try to pull a bunt down the first base line, but could see a push bunt here again.
Back to a lefty in Mays. There's a strike. Whitlock's thrown 4 breaking balls in a row, 4 off-speed pitches in a row, all of them strikes.
He started the at-bat with a fastball, kind of stood him up. And
this is off the end of the bat, down the third base side, quickly to 0-2.
Almost a heck of a swinging bunt there. Just cue-balled that one again. He's way out in front of it. I don't know if you're Jack here. I almost like to see a fastball up high and away, not in the zone, but see if you can just zip one past him.
Here's the 0-2. Hit well to right. Wilmus going back, rather Frazier, I'm sorry. Frazier's got it for the second out. Michigan State's hit a ton of fly balls that just get caught up there in the wind, and routine play there for Frazier.
Yeah, I always hit a couple of those as well. You're not going to get paid off with those today. Heavy air. Friday you might have loved those balls, but today those balls just aren't going to go anywhere. Heavy air, wet air. Guys have time to track it down.
2 away for Michigan State in the 7th. Here is Ziegler. That's a ball just low.
Oh.
Whitlock's spinner's been pretty good out of the bullpen. Goes with the fastball there, outside corner, 1-1.
Just to show he can do it.
Yes.
Kind of like Savary. Every once in a while you got to throw one of those just to keep somebody honest about it.
Still got it. A ball and a strike. Hit back to the screen, 1-2.
Well, and that's what's so hard about it. Jack will throw that fastball 87, 88, 89, and then all of a sudden he throws the 74-mile-an-hour frisbee.
I think it's coming again here. What do you think?
He's breaking it out outside part of the plate.
Ooh, a swing and a miss. Got him. Dotted the low outside corner, John.
Beautiful pitch there from Whitlock, and just kind of felt like that was coming, that there wasn't going to be a way for him to get to it. Didn't have the extender bat.
Nope.
And we'll get a stretch here with the Hawks leading 3-1.
Time to add to the lead here as we get to the bottom half of the 7th. Hawks up by 2. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
Cade Moss, Ben Wilmus, Sam Peterson will come up for the Hawkeyes in the bottom of the 7th. Iowa trying to add to their 2-run lead. It's 3-1. Pitching has been very good for both teams today.
Yeah, just an outstanding job from both staffs.
Whitlock did a great job in the top half to come out of the bullpen and put Michigan State down 1-2-3. A couple of strikeouts for Jack. Michigan State's got their good reliever in, Wyatt Rush. There was a couple of balls to Moss to start off his at-bat.
Dirty there as the strike zone shrunk back up again. That's where the wind came from. We created a tunnel.
Yeah. Door left open in the press box. Inside again to Cade. 3 balls, no strikes.
Again, a Rush, you're talking about a guy that's only walked 7 batters, so going to expect him to battle back here.
There's a strike at the knees to get back into the count. It's 3-1. Open things up for Cade now. Maybe got that blinking yellow light. Proceed with caution.
I'll probably take another one.
Here's the 3-1. Lines into left. Get down. It is there for a base hit. Moss is on to lead off the Hawkeyes 7th.
But that's because I'm conservative. If you want to go ahead and get a hit, I'm all for it. We'll see now if Hawks go back to short game again with Ben Wilmus.
Don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, Cade's a good base runner. Obviously, Ben handles the bat well, and you need another. Well, I'm not going to go so far out on the limb that say 3 runs is going to win you the game. So that's getting a 4th and a 5th and a 6th wouldn't be a bad idea.
Back to the top of the order with Ben Wilmus, the DH today. First pitch to Wilmus, line drive into right, but to Frank, and he caught it. It had a little top spin on it, and he had to pick that off his shoelaces. 1 down.
That was an interesting strategy to play the fly ball out there.
It took a dive, didn't it, the last second?
It really did. You get, again, being my golf ball physics guy, when you get a ball spinning into the wind, a lot of times it'll drive it straight into the ground, and that ball carried a ways, and then as Frank thought he was about to play it, it just dove as the ball was coming right back into the wind.
1 out for Peterson. That's a called strike, outside corner.
So we don't like the inside corner, but we like the outside corners.
A little extra room out there.
Which is fine. Shift if you're going to shift the whole strike zone, that's fine.
Yep. Moss at first base, the 0-1. That's too far away from Petey. He's not going to swing at that. 1-1.
Moss was actually the base stealer yesterday that kind of set the game up, but Rush is really quick to the plate, so I'm not exactly sure that this is a great situation for Moss to be moving.
Ball and a strike. Ooh, there he goes, and Peterson fouled it off. Hit and run was on for the Hawks there.
A little different there. I guess you're going to trust Petey to put the ball in play. And again, with a guy like Rush, you can do that because you figure he's going to be around the strike zone. So you're pretty safe in doing that. Obviously, with the way Petey's swinging the bat, you trust him to make contact.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Iowa 3-1 in the 7th. Swing and a miss by Peterson. He's had a tough day today. A few strikeouts to his name, and 2 down now.
And I'm completely swinging and missing here all of a sudden. Moss isn't going anywhere, and he takes off. And Petey, you can trust Petey to make contact, swings and misses. So
just one of those days for Sam. Hey, get it out of the way now, right?
Right. I mean, he kind of carried the squad Friday night and had a good day yesterday.
See what DeRiggi can do against Rush.
Pretty close pitch there. Just allegedly just missed high and away.
50-50 ball there. 2 down in the 7th. DeRiggi will watch that be called a strike. Inside 1-1. Okay, we got
that was a 25-75 ball, and he got that one a strike.
Well, we got to 1-1 somehow.
All right, I'm going to have to take the TrackMan back off again.
The pitch lined into left. This one maybe getting away from the left fielder. He's going to watch it go off the wall. Moss will have to stop at third base. It'll be a double for DeRiggi, his second of the day.
Mays got really fortunate there as he actually chased that ball all the way to the wall and somehow was able to just kind of smother it up against the wall. And that ball ricochets away from him at all. Moss is going to score, but instead he does a good job, keeps it right in front. Hawks have 2 in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
DeRiggi down the line today. He's had a couple of those. Both of his doubles have been over there.
Wow, and
the wind helped that a little bit as well.
That's good hitting. You know, they're pitching you outside, and yet they're shifted to pull. And so, again, kind of going, just not being stubborn.
Raider Tello is in the box with 2 in scoring position, 2 outs. Iowa up by 2. Could use some insurance here in the bottom of the 7th. The Hawkeyes with 9 hits this afternoon.
Tello finally got his payoff in his last at-bat. See if he can continue.
Line drive, base hit into right. Here comes Moss. He'll score. They're waving DeRiggi. The throw is way off the line. Gets all the way to the backstop. 2 score. DeRiggi and Moss. Tello goes to second base. Hawks lead at 5-1.
What was Wyatt Rush doing there playing backup as he was halfway between third base and home? The ball skips through, but forget that. Tello, you've asked for it a couple times. Big gap there. Tello just rockets one through to right field. Hawks get the insurance you were asking for, and then on the throw in, I was kind of holding up the stop sign for DeRiggi because we've seen Frank's arm, but the throw not even close, and no backup allowed Tello to get to second base.
Don't have to be done yet. Iowa 5-1 now in the 7th. 10 hits for the Hawks. Honar popped it up to center. Ziegler will move over towards left center, and he'll grab it for the 3rd out. Iowa does some damage back in the scoring column. 2 runs come across on the 2 RBI single for Raider Tello. 5-1 Hawks lead. We'll go to the 8th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Couple of runs of insurance for Iowa in the 7th. 4-run lead on Michigan State as we get to the 8th now. And it'll be the top of the order coming up for MSU. Tough part of the order for Whitlock.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Another day, another completed read list.
Tons of check marks. You can stow it away. We'll whip it back out for the Northwestern series coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, by the way.
Yeah, odd setup this week as we finish up the Big Ten season.
All right, Whitlock versus Farquhar to start the 8th. Fastball strike, outside corner. Good job, Jack. Whitlock pitched the 7th. Got a couple of strikeouts. This one's in there again, but called a ball. Dropped just low, I guess. I can see that to Vradenberg, who's 6'7". Maybe not so much with Farquhar. This is a lazy fly ball to left center. It'll angle over towards Peterson. Sam's got it, 1 down.
But a breaking ball tends to also have some vertical drop. And so if TrackMan says it's there, it was higher at some point relatively right before that.
Yeah.
So
didn't rise.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't. Softball, they can throw that little rise ball, but I don't think Jack's got. He's got a wide array, but I don't think he's got that one.
Slider inside to Mitch Jebb. He's their shortstop, 1 for 3 today.
He just looks like a baseball player. I mean, it just kind of carries himself that way.
This one ripped just foul down the first base side.
Love the way he plays shortstop. I love the way he handles himself in the batter's box.
Junior shortstop, local kid for Michigan State from Saginaw, Michigan.
Yeah, just gets in and just looks like he. I mean, just looks like he knows what he's doing with a baseball glove and a bat.
The lefty hitter's in the box. This is a line drive. He's got both of Michigan State's hits today.
It's just a good piece of hitting, too. It's a breaking, well, it's actually a fastball, kind of inner half of the plate, and he doesn't try to do anything with it other than just kind of drop the barrel on it, slices it out into left field. If you're on the third tee, you hate that shot. If you're standing there in the batter's box trying to set it up for your power hitters, that's a great play.
Second hit of the day for Michigan State comes in the top of the 8th. Both of them have been by Jebb. He singled in the first, just hit that single there. And Vredenberg is in the box. Whitlock throws it low.
A lot of times you might think Jebb's a running threat. Maybe not now. Down 4. You got, your run doesn't really mean a lot. Yeah. Maybe get out of the double play, but you're probably going to just stay camped over there.
Nice pitch from Jack. Low outside corner. Came in the back door with the slow breaking ball there. 73. I'm with you, too, by the way, with Jebb at first. Doesn't feel like it's got a lot of advantage to get into second right now.
Right. Maybe your next hitter, because you're not worried about a double play action, but.
The 1-1, swing and a miss. Also part of it being that Vredenberg is such a good hitter, you don't want to get crazy with anything outside of him.
Well, and you give him a hole to hit through here, too. Yeah. You've got DeRiggi holding on. I mean, if you give him a little extra space to roll one into right field.
Big pitch coming from Whitlock. The 1-2 to Vredenberg. Ground ball foul down the first baseline.
Frey's better throw that to John. That's the only place he can throw that ball. You about flipped it into the dugout, but.
Even though you got Vredenberg down in the count, with 2 strikes, this is just not easy.
No, you got to go low and away here, I think.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go fishing off the dock on that one. 2 down.
And he's shown an ability yesterday. He led off the 9th inning by sticking with it and poking a ball out to left field. Kind of beat the shift that way, but you just didn't want to get one in his wheelhouse with that breaking ball. Stay away, stay away. Great pitch from Jack.
And they're close enough to get people to swing at him, too.
Right, yeah. He just dropped that out of the zone. And again, with all the movement that Jack's ball has on it.
Beautiful start against Frank. It's like he heard you, John. Another slider with a ton of break on it.
And threw that one up high, too. So now you kind of raised the level back up a little bit so this left-hander can't just go diving across the plate at you.
2 down in the Spartan 8th. Whitlock with a longer pause. This is hit to the right side. DeRiggi will wait for it. He'll glove it and step on the bag. The force out ends the top of the 8th. Good, clean inning from Jack Whitlock. He gives up 1 hit, but a big strikeout of Vredenberg. And then a ground out ends any type of threat. Iowa 5, Michigan State 1. Bottom of the 8th coming up. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
It'll be Seegers, Hucksdorf, and Frazier coming to the box for Iowa. Those are the hitters coming up 6, 7, 8 here in the 8th. Iowa up 5-1. Hey, could use a couple more. You feel pretty good right now, but with this Michigan State offense on the other side of things, you never feel totally safe, do you? Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Ready to get the bottom of the 8th started as Michael watch it go for a strike just below the letters.
Notice they unshifted Seegers a little bit here. Second baseman Farquhar still shaded over that way, but not all the way on the wrong side of the bag as he was before. Yeah, I'm a big fan right now. Expand the strike zone like crazy.
How about that? Michael lines it into left, down the line. Left fielder will pick it up. Michael's going to be held to a single. What a game he's been having.
Michael has had a great, just kind of a great Big Ten season. You know, we've talked about it a couple times. You know, he's down in the order now, and you think, oh gosh, what happened? Well, Michael's hitting. See if I can find him here real quick. He's hitting right around. Well, he's hitting 300 coming into today. So that's what's happened.
Yes. Here's Hucksdorf. He's 2 for 3 today. Kyle moved down a spot off the end of the bat. This one lifted into left center. Ziegler and Mays come together. It's Mays, the left fielder, who makes the catch for 1 down.
Kyle had a couple hits today. Still doesn't quite look like the Huck that Iowa's going to want to see going through the Big Ten tournament and hopefully into a regional. But he's got some time to get it figured out.
Braden Frazier's the batter with Seegers at first. There's a breaking ball that's a called strike. Upper half of the zone.
Just stick with it. We'll take big strike zone now for the next 5 outs.
As long as it goes both ways. I want him to throw that pitch again to Braden. I think he'd swing at it. Here's the 0-1. Fastball outside. That's a ball. Frazier today 0 for 2, but he had a sacrifice fly that brought in an important run in the 4th.
Hawks have been able to kind of stay.
Oh, ouch. Pickoff move over to first, and it got under Vradenberg's glove. It caught Michael in the face. I think it might have knocked off his helmet, though. Maybe the ear guard.
And Michael wears that.
Ouch.
Michael wears that guard. A lot of guys wear it for at bat. Michael took a ball from a catcher's throw last year at second base off the face.
1-1 to Frazier. He battled it off and hit it foul.
That was pure hit and run. And so, I mean, Frazier didn't want to swing at it, but because the hit and run was on, he did, protecting his base runner. Tomahawk chopped the high breaking ball. Now he's down in the count.
He would have put that between the white lines. It would have been really interesting, the spin it would have had on it. Here's the 1-2. Michael goes again. Pitches high. Throw down is, in time. They got him.
Boy, that didn't look accurate either. I'm a long ways away is what I'm going to go with there.
It's close.
I should, we'll
tag Michael in the back, so that makes it look interesting, right?
And so, but yeah, he's a lot closer and has a lot better eyesight than I have, so we're going to go with that.
Frazier fights this off again with a foul back to the screen.
My little man CJ there's got a ball somehow. He got one from.
He's been active today.
He's been active. His mom told me the other day that he really doesn't sit still, as you might imagine, as he goes running around there.
That one almost hit Frazier inside. Ball 3.
My little 8-year-old pal.
Seen him a lot this season.
He's going to get out and about. Might be a good little ball player himself sometime.
Full count to Frazier with 2 outs. Bases now empty. The pitch. Called third strike. Rung him up on a pitch inside, and that'll do it for Frazier's at bat. All right, Iowa 5, Michigan State 1, 3 outs away from the sweep. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
3 outs away from a weekend sweep of Michigan State. Iowa leading the Spartans 5-1. Another dandy, another gem, however you want to slice it for the black and gold today. Got to get these last 3.
Well, you said a couple times yesterday how much maybe Saturday felt more like a Friday start. Boy, today has certainly been that way. Both sides today, the pitching's been outstanding. We're both teams right around 62% strikes, not many free bases, kind of dominating the zone, and kind of felt like a Friday on a blustery Sunday.
Folks around the Big Ten and the country will look at this and think, oh, Iowa dominated Michigan State, and yeah, the wins have been relatively comfortable, especially Friday night, but this has been a very competitive series, very well played by both teams.
Oh, absolutely. Yesterday was a much tighter game than the score, and I guess it ended up 8-6, so it wasn't like the score line was way out of whack. But very competitive, and today, especially with the way it's played out, you just kind of felt like it was one rally away, and Michigan State is still just one rally away. So
Whitlock pitching to Brecker, and he swings at this and fouls it off to the right side. The count is 1-2 as we begin the ninth.
Pretty much Whitlock's deal. As Volker was up throwing, but I think that might have been as much for exercise as anything else.
Sure. The 1-2 delivery on its way home. Ground ball left side and foul. Tello gave it an effort.
Thought that was going to be close for a minute, and then saw it get to the other side of the bag. Good pitch there, though. Breaking ball low and away. Brecker trying to pull that. You're not going to do anything but just kind of top roll it.
The wind and the 1-2. Off the end of the bat, popped up. This will get out of play to the right side. So Brecker's hanging tough.
Almost like to stand him up with a, it's 1-2. Almost like to take a pitch and stand him up with a fastball here. Just middle of the zone, but elevated so that it just gets him. He's diving out over the plate right now.
The pitch from Whitlock hit into right. Frazier moving back. It's over his head. It'll go off the wall. Brecker angling for second. He's got a leadoff double for Michigan State in the ninth.
I got what I wished for, but I wanted it out of the zone. He left it in the zone, and Brecker went right up and got it. Great piece of hitting from him because, again, you kind of had him diving over the plate trying to hit that breaking ball, and all of a sudden he's ready for that fastball. Stays stood up and just drove it over Frazier's head in right field. Good solid swing there.
Nothing Braden could really do with that one. I don't think he took a poor angle. I think it was just well hit.
Could have been taller.
Yeah. No, not an in-game adjustment. That one would have had to be in the works. So runner at second with nobody out in the ninth. Batter is Sam Bush. He's their DH. 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. Whitlock misfiring outside on the spinner. Maybe get a little activity in the bullpen, but still some room to work with. Iowa 5-1 in the ninth. There's a strike on the inside corner, evening the count 1-1.
Bush has been a guy that's been willing to show bunt as well, just to create another base runner.
Sure.
And, not a move-up guy, but just he you need 3 base runners before you can get the tying run to the plate.
Pause from Whitlock. The 1-1 drifted outside, ball 2. I think Jack's got a big enough gas tank where, asking him to go 3 innings isn't too much. Pitch count's not a big problem for him. He's up around 30.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the 5-inning mark before, so this part isn't a stretch.
2-1, ripped foul past the first base coach. 2-2. Strikeout would go a long way here.
Going to want to be careful there. That's, again, your center with those. That's you start flirting with some danger when you just leave one out in the middle of the plate like that.
Maybe bring it low and in.
I'll take out.
Out, okay.
Down and away. Tall guy, get down and away again.
That's where Moss is set up. The 2-2. Too far low. Ball 3.
Good pitch there, and a good job from Bush to not expand the zone, not swing over the top of it. Kind of expected the spinner, stayed right to his discipline, and didn't swing at it.
Full count to Bush. Whitlock taking his time. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the Iowa dugout.
You kind of feel like at this point, and we're going to start getting into guys that have seen him before, you're maybe going to have to try something a little different. They're kind of ready for the breaking ball, kind of seeing it now, able to lay off of it a little bit better.
Makes this pitch extra big, doesn't it? Here comes a 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him for out number 1.
And he went right back to it, but again, got it out away from him. And when the hitters just don't want to go the other way, that ball comes in from the outside. And now again, Kark's seen him once.
Mm-hmm. We struck him out, but I wholesale agree with what you're saying.
So how do you work him just a little bit different? Can you bully him again, or do you have to try something a little different way of getting at it? It starts with a breaking ball inside that time. Again, another way to try to keep him stood up off the plate.
Because I don't think we saw that from Jack in the first at bat against Kark, the inside breaking ball.
He threw the fastball first and then went away.
Yep. Moss setting up outside for the 0-1. Here it comes. Popped up left side. Tello will give it a look. He'll come in front of the Michigan State dugout. Rader looking up into the skies. Got it. 2 down.
Good pitch there again. Whitlock center. Hawks are 1 out away. Again, Tello's going way deep again. I think you've got to come. There we go. He rolls it back in. You're going to have to be prepared for Mays to lay it down here, because he knows it. He can't drive in enough runs, but he can create traffic to start helping. So
2 down in the 9th. Iowa up 5-1. Got 1 more out to get. Here's Mays. First pitch from Whitlock. That's low. Ball 1.
And Mays is that guy. 8 walks, 56 strikeouts. You just have to be. You've got to get it around the plate. He wants to swing the bat. I mean, he's willing to do a lot of stuff for the team, but walk doesn't seem to be one of them.
There's a slider outside corner, called a strike. It's 1-1.
And so you stay in this position, and now all of a sudden he's going to be just ultra aggressive swinging the bat.
Whitlock's got the sign that he likes from Moss. The 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Michigan State down to their final strike.
Hawks looking for the sweep.
The fans rise to their feet. Whitlock toes the rubber, looks in for the sign from Moss. He's got it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him fishing, and that's a sweep. Hawks win it 5-1.
Wow, what an outstanding pitching performance this weekend from the Hawkeyes. Starting, God, I have to think back. I know the Indiana series was pretty good. This one might have topped the Indiana series for your starting pitching, and then the bullpen came in, did a great job all 3 days, and the Hawks get 3 really important wins heading into the series finales.
There you go.
Finale series.
We got 3 more games left. How about that?
Yeah. Northwestern, here we come.
All right, the Hawks improved to 37-12. What a record for the black and gold, 13-7, keeping pace with the top quadrant of the Big Ten, aren't we, John?
Absolutely. Got to right where you needed to be. You know, you're still a game and a half behind there, but you know, if you finish third in the Big Ten, we'll be ready to play Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. Let's go.
Tough, competitive series with Michigan State. Iowa gets the sweep and the win today, 5-1. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Iowa 5, Michigan State 1. Take all 3 from MSU this weekend. John, just a series recap from you.
Well, geez, Michigan State came into the series a top 15, top 20 team in the country in batting average. Iowa held them to 3 hits and no runs on Friday, 3 hits and 1 run today. And if you're a Hawkeye fan, the best part of the weekend, I mean, there's a lot of good ones, believe me, but the best part of the weekend is to see Brody Brecht snap back and really pitch well. You know, I know he ran into a little bit of trouble in his last inning of work, but 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, walked 5. I'm going to argue about a whole handful of those. 8 strikeouts, though, as Brody got back into what the Hawks need from Brody. And you know, and enough hitting and a couple of gritty wins. Good stuff.
Did just about everything right. I said that on Friday, and we both agreed that that's, you know, how Friday went, but we did just about everything right all weekend, and we won in a variety of ways in all 3 games.
Well, and just the series was good all the way through. You know, they just, you know, the defense was good. I think maybe there was 1 error all weekend. Honar had a ball yesterday that kind of stuck in his glove on a chopper, but otherwise the defense made plays. Not only did the defense not make errors, but the defense made plays. Wilmus threw a guy out at the plate. Petey caught a ball at the wall. You know, just tons of great stuff. Huck was his usual self.
Yep.
You know, and then again, the pitching was the pitching. And I get when you go to the hitting, you know, it was you know, Friday night it's Petey going 4 for 4. Yesterday it's DeRiggi going you know, going for 2 home runs. You know, today it's Seager's kick-starting the offense with just a missile out to left field and then manufacturing runs. I mean, it was just a tough day to score, tough day to play, and the Hawks found a way to get 5 across.
Won't play the midweek against UIC, so that'll do it for our midweek games. We'll wrap up the regular season at Northwestern Thursday, 4 o'clock first pitch over there in Evanston. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday as we finish up the regular season. Can't sleepwalk over there. I know Northwestern's record is very poor, but going to have to be careful with the Wildcats.
You got to be. They're still Big Ten players, so I mean, you got to be ready to play. You know, like I said, if this pitching carries forward, I like our chances most anywhere, but you still got to show up and play the game.
Get to enjoy this one, maybe an extra day or so before we head over to Evanston. Hawks win it today 5-1. We'll be joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection, so dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today?
The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to us mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
The Hawkeyes take all three from Michigan State this weekend, winning the finale 5-1. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, congratulations on the win. Where do you want to start today?
Well, I think it's a bounce back for Brody. I mean, Brody's so important to our ceiling and our ability to really have a special team, and you know, I'd be the first to tell you that it's just been rocky road for him, and I thought him and Sean just had a great week together, and Sean deserves a lot of credit for you know, what they did this week, and just giving him a couple extra days. I think for Brody, you know, was really good for his psyche, and gave him 2 extra days on the mound. That's the hard thing as a Friday guy. Your kind of heavier day would be a Monday, and he doesn't really have a chance to do that because it's an off day, and so you throw your pen Tuesday, and you know, this week he was able to get one in on Tuesday and Thursday or Friday. I can't remember which day. Thursday, I think. And I thought it showed it out there. Just really good pace. The rhythm was way better, and he was in control. You know, certainly I think he'd tell you the 6th inning was the one time that he let maybe a strike 3 that we thought we had get to him and didn't commit to the next few pitches. But, you know, he's able to get out of that and make some pitches there, you know, which he just hadn't been doing. You know, when it was starting to unravel before, it kind of went on him. And so I just think the day that he had was so important that, you know, for him especially, but for the whole group. You know, just three pretty good starts, you know, Friday, and, you know, Marcus and him for sure, and Ty was solid. So from that standpoint, it's exactly what we needed. And then offensively, you just kind of keep chugging along, right? I mean, a lot of balance up and down the lineup. You have 4 guys with 2 hits. You know, a day like today, we were talking before the game with the wind blowing in, you know, it's not going to be super offensive. So the first things you think about, it's like, okay, it's extra, it's free bases, and who can split a couple gaps. Yeah. We have 5 extra base hits, and that's why you score. That's why you get on the board. Michael has the home run. We have 2 triples. Riggs has 2 doubles, and that's how you score on days like today when it's a little bit tougher. So just really happy with the way they came out, you know, especially given kind of how last weekend went, which is great Friday, Saturday, and just not really our best foot forward on Sunday. So, you know, we challenged them with that thought process, and they answered the bell.
We were joking about it a little bit on the broadcast. If you had to pick one Hawkeye to hit a home run today, I don't know if Michael Seegers would have been in the top 5 that you would have guessed, but he got that one out of here with the line drive, which Coach Heller told us in pregame that was the key during BP. Hit the L screen, hit the line drives.
Yeah, and we talked about that prior to starting, and that's your day. Like your misses have to be down, and I thought guys had a really good focus in BP. It was a good BP. They did just that, and they just executed the game plan. I thought Powers did a really nice job, but we had him hanging on the edge of multiple times, and you know, with Wyatt Rush, who's been their best reliever, has been really good. I thought our guys did a really nice job with him, and we hit some balls hard. And certainly those 2 runs there late, Raiders big hit, you know, with 2 outs and the 2 RBI single was a huge deal for us. And man, what can you say about Jack Whitlock? Yeah. He just continues to be a bullpen ace for us, and three scoreless with very little hard contact, and the 5 punch outs, no walks. I mean, just a tremendous job by him. He continues to go out there and give us great innings. So what a great day to, you know, Mother's Day. It's a special day for all of us, and especially our mothers, and Senior Day. There's just so much emotion that goes into this day. You just never know. You've seen it go both ways. You've seen it. Guys are tense and you know, maybe don't play their best, and that was not the case today. Yeah. We just came out, played Hawkeye baseball, and really great weekend from the guys, and just really happy again with all this stuff going on. Man, these guys show up, and that's all you can ask.
Well, congratulations on the win, Coach. Celebrate it for a day or 2, and then let's finish strong at Northwestern.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
Yep, Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland on our post-game show from Dwayne Banks this afternoon. Hawks win the finale 5-1. We're back with highlights right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Iowa takes care of business today over Michigan State 5-1, a winner for the Hawkeyes on Senior Day, on Mother's Day as well. And they sweep the Spartans, now 37-12 on the year. Let's go over some of the highlights from today's winner. Ball and 2 strikes. Powers is ready. The pitch. Line drive into right center. Wilmus gets it down for a base hit. It gets by the right fielder. Wilmus is on his horse. There goes the helmet. Benny's going for 3. It's a leadoff triple for Wilmus. Yes! 1-1. This is lined into left. It is down for a base hit. Kicks away from the left fielder. Durigi's digging for 2. It's an RBI double. Hawks lead in the first. Michael crushes this one to left. It's got a chance. Get going, baby. It is gone off the Silver Hawk in left. Ho-ho! Seegers. Boom. The 2-2 to Huck. Line drive into right center. This could get down into the gap, and it will. It'll get all the way to the wall, too. Hucksdorf digging for 2. He's going to round it, headed for third. Hucksdorf with a triple. What is Michigan State doing? No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch, swing and a miss. Hook, line, and sinker. He took the bait. Line drive, base hit into right. Here comes Moss, he'll score. They're waving Durigi. The throw is way off the line. Gets all the way to the backstop. 2 score, Durigi and Moss. Tello goes to second base. Hawks lead at 5-1. Whitlock toes the rubber, looks in for the sign from Moss. He's got it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him fishing, and that's a sweep. Hawks win it 5-1. Iowa now 13-7 in the Big Ten. Will finish the season 23-3 at home. Good job taking care of business in front of the hometown crowd. Iowa 37-12 now. Still in 3rd place in the Big Ten. We'll take some momentum into our final regular season series of the conference play and wrap things up at Northwestern next week. The series begins Thursday. First pitch at 4 o'clock over in Evanston. Our pregame coverage will begin at 3:30. All right, that'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball today. For my great board op down the line, Michael, excellent job as always. My broadcast partner, John Evans, I'm John Leo saying so long from Banks this afternoon. Iowa 5, Michigan State 1. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network, Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association, and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network. on the Hawkeye.